Fam, here we are again. Countdown till the season starts. And of course, what does that mean? We're sitting around, all of us are doing the same thing. Oh, man. There it is. J-Dub goes down in a heap. The injury menace is striking. It's always somebody extremely important. Every 49ers fan shares a constant thought each and every season. If only the team could stay healthy long enough to get to the Super Bowl, we would beat hell out of anybody there. If we could just bring everybody with us. Or maybe be missing maybe one or two. Not 5 or 6 or 7 like we like to do. Anyway, for the past few seasons, that has been exactly the issue. Meanwhile, the first cuts have been made for the Niners that included Darqueze Dennard. Darqueze Dennard, who was early on penciled in as a starting nickelback. Oh, Samuel Womack apparently met that challenge. Ooh, we'll talk about that in a second. Trey and Deebo found each other during practice during today's workout as well. Yes, and tonight, going to the phones to discuss the Ward injury situation, Womack's sudden promotion. Well, I mean, you have to look at it that way. And Trey and Deebo are starting to cook. But what immediately jumps off the Niners Daily's pages is Jimmie Ward sustained a severe hamstring injury that places his availability for week 1. But we're talking 3 weeks. In question, according to today's report from Coach Shanahan, Ward's injury is another in a line of soft tissue injuries that have plagued the team during training camp as we endure each and every preseason. You notice it seems that every time one of our guys gets hurt, or they always all get the same injuries. Remember the year of the calf. Remember the high ankle sprain. And now here come the hamstrings. It's a rotation. Elijah Mitchell, hamstring. Charvarius Ward. Charvarius Ward was originally diagnosed with a hamstring. It's a groin. I may as well say it because you're already thinking it. Remember last year, Dre Greenlaw, groin. It lasted the whole damn season. Emmanuel Mosley. I'm almost used to him doing this. He's got a hamstring. They've all missed time while Daniel Brunskill is out for a few weeks as well. Same thing again. There's that injury. Hamstring. So Kenneth Shanahan is quoted describing Ward's injury as a little worse than other guys, too, so he's going to need some time. That could be anywhere from week 1 to week 4 or 5 with one of the top 100 safeties in the league. Are we going to bring somebody else? I don't know what they're going to do about this. Do you bring somebody else in that doesn't know our system? I mean, is there anybody else to bring in for that matter? What has to be seen as a huge vote of confidence for rookie cornerback Samuel Womack III, though, is that today the club released veteran Darqueze Dennard, who had been lining up as the team's top nickelback. Womack was probably standing on the sideline. What, they go assume that I can't do nothing with that? Come on, man. So Dennard was included among today's cuts in order to get to the 85-player limit. This is Womack's baby boy, who had 2 INTs in the Niners preseason opener against the Packers, appears to be the current top choice to replace K'Waun Williams, the Shark, at nickelback, unless anybody wants to argue about that tonight. Yes. Is there good? Because we talked about Womack earlier. A lot of us talked about Womack. Womack's that guy that they've talked about out of blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, really? But Darqueze Dennard looks like he's got it sewed up. No, he doesn't. D'Amico Ryan said, quote, for Womack, those are plays you saw him make in college, like he was always sticky in coverage, contesting the throws, a lot of PBUs, a lot of interceptions in college. So I've seen him make those plays, seen him make those plays in the game as well, seen him make those plays in practice, so it wasn't a surprise that he was sticky in coverage, unquote. Because I was always worried to death about the Shark making his exit over to Denver. I said, oh, man, that's a very important position. But, the word is, though, as has been mentioned, I think Kyle mentioned, that he needs to do something about his run stopping. But, I got plenty of people to stop the run. I need for him to do what he's doing right now. The 49ers also today waived fullback Josh Hockett, Keyshawn Johnson. Didn't Keyshawn get a double? Didn't he get a 2-point the other day? Waived him. There's not a lot of room to make the 49ers wide receiver room anyway, and there never was. If I was Keyshawn when I came in, well, Keyshawn got to come in and showcase what his skill level is. He's a big dude, too, isn't it? He looks long. Defensive lineman, Thomas I. Lyle. Who is that, Pam? Lyle. I don't even know who that was. Meanwhile, Jimmie Garoppolo remains on the Niners roster, even though he does not practice, attend meetings, have an updated playbook, or really have anything to do with the 49ers right now other than the opposite field strengthening his arm, as this is all was first reported last week. I really wish I want to see what this drama does finally end up. And then somebody put out, NBC Sports put out something a lot of fans couldn't wait to get a hold to, that Jimmie was unapproachable after his 2018 contract, which to me sounds a little strange. I mean, they went to the Super Bowl next year, but George Kittle and others who were always trying to reach out to him, he wouldn't respond. I don't know. They've made Jimmie look like a villain for that. That's whatever. JG has been medically cleared following shoulder surgery in March. He continues to go through daily throwing sessions at the team's facility in Santa Clara to build up the strength in his arm. It is believed that the Niners are holding on to JG as they continue to retain hope of being able to trade him before the start of the regular season. So that's just going to be funny because in August, thank you, Jimmie. Well, we couldn't get anything for you. You're on your own. Bye. All NFL teams are mandated to trim their rosters from 90 players to 85 before the deadline on tomorrow, Tuesday, at 1 p.m. Pacific time. The next round of cuts are scheduled to be completed by August 23rd, at which point the maximum number of players on all rosters, it can't be any more than 80 players. And finally, after the final season preseason games around the league, teams must reduce their rosters to the regular season limit of only 53 players by Tuesday, August 30th at 1 p.m. Nice try, guys. Maybe we'll see you next year for another effort. Work on some of those things that may have caused you elimination, and we'll see you again. The Niners are scheduled to fly to Minnie after practice ended today. So that means they've already probably, I don't know what time practice got. Probably they might be in Minnie by now. The guys will have joint practices against the Vikings, as you know, on Wednesday and Thursday before the team meeting in the second preseason game for both teams. Meanwhile, back on the ranch, Santa Clara, the Trey to Deebo Samuel connection appears to be right on track. After a rough showing by the Niners offense during Sunday's shortened non-padded practice, T. Lance and his merry men turned things around today's light day of work with the pads back on and no fans in the stands. T. Lance immediately connected with Deebo on the first snap of 11-on-11 work with a deep out pass for a 20-yard gain. Bam! That was a sign of what was come. TL went on to complete 79% of his passes on the day. This is his best day by far. I'm talking 11 for 14 on Monday with no INTs and displayed accuracy along the sidelines as well. Even one of his incompletions hit receiver Juwan Jennings in the hands. What's going on with Juwan this year? We're hearing this a lot about him, ain't we? Juwan dropped it. It was the team's only drop. Juwan. Everybody, we all believed in you last year. What's up, man? Another deep ball was nearly brought in by veteran receiver Willie Snead, but he couldn't keep his foot in bounds, according to NBCS sports writers, though. With Javarius Ward, Emmanuel Mosley, and Jimmy Ward absent from practice, Lance Deebo and the rest of the first-team offense may have had a field day. That's not nice. Here. I want to say this about that, though. Good. And you know why good? Let these guys build some confidence. I've been concerned about Lance's confidence building when he's got one of the best defenses in the league shutting him down every workout. Now, he gets a few off it, not many, but I want today he can know, yeah, you can do this. You can do it. You got the best defensive coverage in the league. Your frontline attack is one of the best in the league. So if you're having a little trouble, don't worry about it. Everybody don't look like our guys. And they proved that kind of against the Packers. So as he continues to grow and what will soon be no problem any defense, this is good. This is good that those guys took the day off. In fact, Kyle should have thought about making them sit down every now and then anyway. Trey and Deebo have been building chemistry slowly ever since Deebo signed his new contract extension and returned to practice anyway. Today it became apparent that they're officially finding that rhythm. Boogieing. Step to the right, step to the left. The first rep of the day got things started, as I mentioned, and they continued to impress as Lance connected with Deebo on several passes. And during the second series, Lance rolled out to his left under pressure and found Samuel outside the numbers on a 16-yard pass. There was a loud gasp from spectating teammates and others watching later in practice as Deebo did an OBJ. One-handed grab on a first down pass from T. Lance, and on Lance's last throw of the day, Deebo provided a reminder of what he could do with the ball in his hands by being the Terminator. Evading defenders for a sizable gain on a screen pass, knocking people down. Get out! The way I don't know about that. Yes. Deebo, man. He's back. He's a good. You know what? All that weight that we thought he's getting, he may be able to keep some of that. If Deebo can move with that size, I got no problem with that. You realize, of course, the thicker he is, the more miserable it is for anybody to try to bring him down. T. Lance also connected with George Kittle a couple of times today, the second of which was a classic Kittle over the middle, 15-yard gain. And finally, we hear the name Brandon Ayuk, who finally got busy, and Juice. Trey Sermon and Jeff Wilson Jr. took a majority of their snaps with the first-team offense, though they both saw reps with the second team as well. I know, right? What does that mean? No, it doesn't mean anything. It's just, you need to spread these guys around. On D, Nikki B. On D, Nikki B. What did I just do? Make a T-shirt? Nikki B had at least one sack after applying pressure on nearly every single rep and greeted Alex Barrett with a bear hug near the sideline after he recorded what a would-be sack of his own. With sack, attack, and pick city. With 3/4 of the starting secondary out, however, things looked a bit different on the other side of the ball today. The Lions will get together for joint practices with the Vikings starting on Wednesday and Thursday. I wonder if there's going to be coverage out. Well, not full coverage, but I wonder if they're going to. Do they cover when they have these joint practices? So the writers can come in and get some reports? I think so. Because I'd love to know what happens during that. Then the two teams will face off at U.S. Bank Stadium on this coming Saturday for their second preseason game of the year. Before we get it lit up and ready to roll, 2022 is finally here. Rakim Jamani. Rakim. He said, I'm confused. China should use the 49ers season as their new calendar, year of the rat. Or should I say year of the high ankle, year of ACL, year of Hey, if they do the lunar calendar and use the 49ers, the injuries, you're right. Damn it. God, they just can't escape. And like we keep pointing out, like I've been noticing every year, we keep thanks to that contribution too, fam. Every year, one guy gets it, it becomes an epidemic. It's like something like a pandemic goes out through the whole roster. Everybody catches it. Man, it's hamstrings this year. We just go from one nasty thing to another. Dre, get on in here, man.
What up, Ronbo?
Dre, man, I'm looking at J-Dub. I don't think we got anybody on the roster that looks like J-Dub. Tavares is a good ball player, but he ain't J-Dub. And you got Javarius, and now it looks like it was more than just a hamstring. Well, these are two guys we got to have. The Ward brothers are very important. Man. But practice went well today.
Ronbo? I'm going to wait till week 1.
To start to feel pain? Yeah.
To see if Kyle is a bunch of BS with this injury crap. Because we know how he do. When he don't want to play his player. Yeah, he good for hiding everybody when he don't want to play him. You know what I'm saying?
Point,
they don't need really
That's
know.
a good point. Because Kyle has been known not to tell the truth recently.
I'm just saying his that's his background. His facts is out there. But I feel like we'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? The first couple of games ain't that tough anyway. First was it 5, 6 games ain't that rough.
Dre, I don't know. Every game seems to be I didn't see any game. There's some games that may be easier than others, but I don't probably unless you're thinking about the Hawks. Maybe. I just don't
Let's see
believe. I
what
just don't trust.
a wise man always said. He said the teams you don't worry about should be the ones you worry about. The
Yes,
ones you worried
indeed.
about should be the ones you worried about
We
at
proved
all.
that many
And I'm
times.
like, really? And he said, yeah, because if you go out there, you let it all hang out, and they football players just like you,
Mm-hmm.
and they make mistakes just like you.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah, that's
You got
true.
an ego
I said,
just like
man,
you. Yep.
yeah. And so we got some Kansas City Chiefs fans, and they're on our side now. I said, oh no, 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 no. We gonna wait to see that ass in the Super Bowl again. You keep Patrick Mahomes over there looking just as pretty and confused as he be looking at times, and we gonna see y'all again. They gonna say, "Oh, but your quarterback." No, he don't. He don't do that little wind up thing with people bearing down on him like Kyler Murray. He don't do that. He'll look like a deer in headlight. He don't. He see that every day in practice. He don't look like that. You can go check it. He may not have a high completion rate, but he don't look like that.
Nah, in fact, he
Patrick
looks pretty
Mahomes look like
confident.
he be running for his life.
Because
But yeah, but they said
Patrick's been hit hard.
Mhm.
I mean, what they did to him in Tampa Bay did to Patrick Mahomes. He should have filed charges against the Bucks after that Super Bowl
he sure
because they
damn
just
should.
beat him
Everybody should be like 4 people in jail right now.
up. Oh Jesus!
They beat him the hell up. That should have been a with a daily weather.
Dre, that wears on a man. If you're a quarterback now, pain, and you start to wince. So that you
But
can
that's
ruin
what
a
they said.
quarterback
They was
like
like,
that.
"Oh, Trey gonna be like that." I said, "Oh no, he's not." They gonna say, "How you figure?" I said, "Because he's here every day."
But see, that's where
That
they don't
front
understand. They
7
don't
week
know
guys
Trey.
going against him.
Yeah.
They don't know him. That's why I said he came out there slicing and dicing and
Uh-huh.
everything nice. And then they gonna say, "Well, y'all should call yourselves Southwest." I said, "Well, maybe we might because Danny Gray is nice." Y'all they go, a little razzle dazzle because they said we got us our Tyreek. We got us our Tyreek on our
Yep.
team now with
Yep.
Danny Gray.
Yep.
I said, really? He said, oh, yeah, he was flying with the wind. He said, all thing we see is him pop out like a bullet and then touchdown.
Chiefs ain't
He
got
looked
no
like somebody shot him out a cannonball.
man. I would love to have gotten into it with you and them Chiefs, boy. Chiefs, please, y'all know damn well you ain't got no business running no smack up in here. Oh, let me listen. I'll be right back to let y'all know just exactly what's going on. Oh, that would have been a felt. Oh, ooh, they got away.
They're gonna say they said Danny Gray is like a little gnat when you watch a TV or a mosquito and you got your lights off in the room. You just see him just zoom by on your TV and you're like, what the hell was that?
That was the Flash. He's wearing red and gold.
Yeah, you got you staring at your TV like, what the hell? Is that a bug? You don't even know by the time you see where they go. That's why I say I ain't got nothing to worry about, Ronbo. I'm just ready for the season to come on in and for us to get it popping. I thought they was going to expand the roster, though. I heard they was doing that. They was taking it from 53 to like 55 or something.
Yeah, you got to cut it down to 83 today. But listen, Womack, did you know that Womack was going to come out there and have that showing he had against Green Bay? And granted, they weren't playing against the top tier players, but it's still, as a matter of fact, is you could see his skill level where it is, even no matter what. And they just said, Dennard, hey, Darqueze, oh man, here, take this sign right here. Look, you know what? You're going to be all right. Don't worry about it. We're letting you loose now so you can get out there and get reemployed.
See, what happened was, Ronbo, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm sitting over here because I don't know nobody who actually on the field. We all, we hear from a few fans that went and seen some stuff, but from people who actually got film and do all that, which was Grant and a couple of other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Grant was just sold, and I'm like, okay, dude, look, don't set me
Womack?
up for failure when I come down watching this preseason game. But then when I watched it, I said, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Everything he talked about in practice. And then Trey got out there slicing. At first he looked a little nervous, but then he settled in after a few seconds. And then he looked like he was blown. I said, well, shit. Yeah, what you got to pick your poison with this? Is it offense, can whoop your ass or defense can whoop your ass, or they both can just whoop your ass. You gonna get your ass whipped. You just gonna pick which one gonna whoop your ass today.
It's gonna be
just like your mama and your daddy.
Joint whooping. Yeah. Your mama gave you a whooping before Dad came home, and he gave you another whooping when he came home. Exactly.
Or you say, you know what? Watch when your daddy get home. Watch when your daddy get home. We gonna tear your ass up. You sit outside all day, be contemplating the whooping. Can't even play right.
It's gonna be
don't worry
all
about
right.
it, Ronbo.
It's coming together. Well, Drake.
Yeah, we gonna be all right, man.
Drake, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna see you after that workout Wednesday, right? You said, yeah, it's Wednesday.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I want to see them laugh at Trey the way they was laughing at Jimmie. I can't wait to see this.
What, Vikings?
Talking about they pay us too much out there. Yeah, talking about they pay them out there. You know, oh no, that wasn't the Vikings. That was the other team. Said that
that was the Chargers.
Out there and he was embarrassed. And, that was the Chargers. Right? Yeah. He was out there embarrassing us. I said, let's see this team say that. Mm-hmm. I want to see that. I can't wait.
But you know what's worse though? The Chargers are more tough now than they were back then. So we're gonna. I do not like dealing with the Chargers on our schedules. The more I look at it, I said, damn, that's gonna be a challenge. But you know what? It's gonna be a challenge for them too. So you know what? Let's do it.
Because we got some defense and some offense too. I'm loving it. Everybody's scared for Trey. I'm loving it. Throw him in the line of fire and see what you can do.
There you go.
Make it safe. That's all it is to it.
All right, Drake.
Shout out to Productions and you, Ronbo, and y'all stay safe and stay blessed.
Thanks, Drake. Appreciate you, fam. Have a great night.
Oh, no problem. You too.
And hey, Jay. Yo, Jay. Bebop Joe's right. Chargers didn't make the playoffs. They ran smack though. Chargers ain't made the playoffs till how long, you know? But they were talking trash that year. Hey, Jay. Jay's trying to plug in. He's always has this problem. He'll come suddenly pop in. I don't know what he has for a system. All right, Jay, we'll be back. Emilio.
What's happening?
Emilio, man, we're looking at Darqueze. Emilio Womack the third made him expendable. The 49ers didn't hesitate. Darqueze, thanks, fam. Well, thanks, Darqueze. We've got to go. You've got to go. Womack is, you know what? Oh, are you sold on? Was that the right move?
Yeah, I mean, you got to realize he got 2 interceptions, and didn't he get a pass up break?
He did all kind of things. He was everywhere.
Yeah, so hey, you got to realize it's preseason. He's trying to get a job. He's a rookie. Trying to beat out the man. Trying to make sure he makes the roster.
And they save money.
Yeah, so that's what happens in preseason. That's why we have preseason too. Sometimes people think it's a waste. No, it's not a waste. I mean, I think about 2-3 games.
Yeah, I agree.
We don't need the 4 like we did.
I don't want nobody coming out there and he had no workout in the regular season. Makes for a sloppy game. Terrible.
Yeah. I say we need preseason, but I think just maybe 2. I mean, 3 games should be fine. So this is the reason why you need them.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to get a good look at some of the guys that are trying out for your team. You know, so 3 games is not bad.
And even in what they should do, even if they don't have preseason, they could just do scrimmages. It's the same thing. They do it in high school. They do it in college. They don't really do no preseason game because once you do college, it's from start to finish. So
they have the joint workouts like they're having. I think every team does that now, right? I think they always did. Them joint workouts are probably – that's what Kyle Shanahan's watching. He's not even – Kyle will tell you in a minute, preseason games don't really mean much to me. I get what I want to know from the
so exactly. What they should do is just go to scrimmages. I mean, it's cool. We get to see it, you know. But, I mean, what they should do if they would just do joint practice, maybe they should televise it. But people do see what we got out there.
But do you know how much money they made on these preseason games? I'd like to know.
Well,
I have no idea.
I mean, you got to think about it. You can kind of do it too with the scrimmages. It's not different. Maybe you make, instead of being those 2-3 hours you got on TV, it's just an hour or 2. So you can do the same. They can still make money off of them.
And just set up stands. You want the full scale stadium, but just like they do at exhibitions for the 49ers and other camps. Just have an area of seating. You'll make a percentage of it, I guess. What you would make. You need a concession stand and everything out there. Yeah, maybe.
Like I said, because for the most part, I can care less about it. Preseason, but I watch it. But I don't know. If I ain't gonna do, I watch the whole game. But if it's just
there's no game plan.
I'll just watch the first half.
Like Yeah, they're just out there playing sandlot football. But, yeah. So Womack's on and probably going to make that as a starter. Boy, he's got to be pumped. Did you see McCrary Ball's interview? Boy, that dude, if he gets cut, I'm going to bust out crying. I mean, he talked for 40 minutes.
I heard somebody talking about him. They said he might make if he doesn't make the team, they said they're talking about that he might make the team.
Oh, yeah, you can't cut him.
You can make the pass, but remember, we can hold we can block 4 players they want to keep, so he can be one of them that you can't pick up. And they can do that. That's one thing they can do. Before they have 4 players to hold back and nobody touches it. So it's a possibility they can do that. So you can be one of them if he doesn't make the team. So you still have a chance to hold on to him if that may be the case. Because
his passion for being a 49er, as he explained it, I mean, he really seriously loves the 49ers. He said, I make a choice. I don't want to come to the greatest organization of all time. I want to come to a place where I can actually learn something. And a Fred Warner out there.
Don't you know the 49ers?
Say again?
I said, don't you know the 49ers?
Yeah, well, I do. I didn't know everybody did.
Well, exactly. So
McCrary Ball does. What? I love his enthusiasm. God. So that's why I don't want him to get cut. I'm sitting there listening to him talk. Man, Lord have mercy. 49ers, don't cut this, dude. He's got some stiff competition on Emilio.
No, he does. I like him, but he was all over the place. But
Oren Burks was all over the place too. Man, those dudes, they were battling.
If you can hold on to them, hey, like I said, they're able to block or hold on to 4 players. Any 4 players they want. So hopefully he's one. See what happens. At this point, it's just you got to see what happens. There ain't too much we can do. At this point, we're just watching who gets cut, who's going to stay. That's all we're doing. Because for the most part, we know who the starters are. It's just everybody that's trying to make this team. You got to worry about it.
Yeah, and you can only keep so many. There's not that many roster spots. I wonder. In fact, I wish I knew how many openings we actually have on this team. Anyway, because like 40 guys are going to get cut. 30. No, not that many. About 20 guys still got to get cut. 60,
I think at this point, I think it's only 10 because we have 90, so it's 10 because you got to break down to 80, so it'll be 10 guys. And then the next week will be 20.
80. Yeah. So they don't have to cut. So not as many as I was counting. And you can,
The next week is when they make the bigger cut.
Yeah.
So that's when we got to worry about who makes the first round.
Who is it that you definitely don't want to see cut that just may get cut though? I mean, I can't. Man, I can't.
Oh, no,
well, it's going to come in that running back room.
I don't have a choice. And with that, I don't really have a choice. It's just mostly I'm more, seeing with our receivers we got. I don't really, I haven't really said, I hope he doesn't get cut at this point. I don't know. Like I said, I saw a lot of good stuff on during the game, but I don't know. I can't really say, I don't want this guy to get cut, this guy to get cut, because if you really look at our roster, we do got a big depth on our roster. So it's kind of hard to say, I don't want this guy to get cut. So,
Yeah. So. Because I'm trying to think down through the years. And that guy with that linebacker went over to Denver, a lot of people didn't really think that was a good idea. They cut him and put him on the practice squad, and Denver picked him up right quick. Oh, y'all go put him on the practice squad? No, you ain't. And they took him. And you get cherry picked like that if the players really is that good. So.
No, sometimes the Niners do that stuff too. So it ain't good. It ain't good stuff. So.
We don't do it often though. You're right. We don't. When's the last time we went over and got somebody off of somebody's practice squad?
I think we got. I know. I was listening to a podcast. They were naming a couple groups who did that last. They said it was at least 2 or 3 key players. I'm not really sure. I was listening to it earlier. We're talking about because they were like talking about what players you shouldn't. Hopefully we get to keep, but then they did mention before we get to block on everybody. I can't remember. So I was listening to it earlier, but it did say we got like 2 or 3 players last year. Somebody's practice squad, but they're playing now.
And they were probably linemen. Yeah, because
I think they were. I think they were linemen.
Yeah,
I think so, but I'm not really sure. I can't remember right now.
Because that's always our looming problem every year. And right now it's going to be the secondary as long as guys will keep dropping like flies. Our 3 top secondary men are out now. So Jason Verrett, Tavarius Ward, and Jimmie. Why, Lord? Why?
Well, the thing with Jimmie, he's a great player, but Ronbo, he's been injury prone since day one. So I'm not too worried.
He took a couple of years off, though. He took a couple of years off.
But he's still injury prone. He has that head. He's been injury prone since he's been on the
Since he started.
I'm not too.
I realize that, but I thought he turned the curve on that. And, because last couple of seasons, injuries didn't bother him. He's out for a few minutes one game, but I mean,
He's been injured. Well, that means Hufanga takes his spot. That's all that means.
No. That's got to be Tavarius Ward. Hufanga's not a free safety.
Hufanga's on the other side. Okay, he's a strong safety.
So it'll be Ward. I don't know who's going to compete with Ward for that because Kyle's talking about Tavarius can play safety, but Tavarius is out too. Hey, Kyle, Tavarius is out too. God.
Oh, well. Yeah. Yeah, do nothing.
Maybe Tavarius will be back for opening day. Maybe it's not as bad as Jimmie. Maybe. I mean, we just I just want to get to the first game with at least a substantial amount of dogs. We got to go, fam.
We still got a couple. We got what 2-3 weeks before week one. So we got at least a little bit under a month. So, we got time.
Yeah,
like I say, Shanahan already said a lot of starters not gonna play on Saturday, so we got that covered.
Well, good.
We ain't got to worry about anything.
All right. All right, Emilio. I'll see you after the report on Wednesday.
You have a good night.
Let's see what we got going on. All right, fam. You too. All right, Emilio.
All right. Good night.
Yeah. Hey, J-Tan, there's nothing that could be done. We could all be quiet. Don't say a word about injuries all we want to. Doesn't help. It's already been proven. It doesn't help. Nothing we can do. Hey, Jay, where you at, man?
Yo, hello.
Jay, are you drinking out of a water fountain or a faucet? You put your mouth right under the faucet, didn't you? My mom used to come back behind me and smack me for that.
No, I don't do that stuff. But
Jay, go ahead.
Yeah. Trey did good today, Ronbo.
Yeah, he did.
It's been up and down, to be expected. It's practice, and he's getting better. He's learning from his mistakes and stuff.
Those are very important. Mistakes are more important right now for him than success. They really is. You're right. The more mistakes he makes in practice, the better.
Yeah, and what's it called? Yes, we let the Nickelback go. Darqueze. Yeah, Darqueze. Yeah. So it's pretty much Samuel's job. Yeah, Womack's job.
Womack third. Yeah, he's got it. He impressed.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah, it sucks that Jimmie Ward got hurt today. Damn, it really sucks.
It really does.
I got an idea, Ronbo.
What?
I think we just signed Fred Warner's brother. He's a safety, isn't he? That'll be interesting, right?
Wait, he's not on a team right now?
I mean, I think he is. I don't know who, though.
Yeah,
I don't know who has him.
I remember Fred Warner's hearing about his brother in the draft. But I thought somebody signed him. How good he is, I don't know. I didn't hear much about him. He signed was last year's first year?
Yeah, it was last year, I'm pretty sure. He signed with the Rams, I
He's
think?
with the Bucs.
He was the Bucs.
Oh, with the Bucs. Oh,
yeah.
Damn. Well, that sucks, but yeah, I don't know what we're going to do. Yeah. We're going to face them in week, 12 or something? I don't even know when. I don't know when.
Well, Tavarius is – only thing I worry about Tavarius is him getting spun completely around and taken completely out of a play against the Packers. Tavarius –
that was so bad. Oh, my God.
He's got to cover for Jimmie. That's why Tavarius is mainly here. He's the heir apparent to J-Dub when J-Dub leaves, and what amount of time it's going to take him to leave. Yeah. J-Dub's probably got a couple more seasons at max. But, man.
Yeah. I think the team went to the Vikings already today, I'm pretty sure. They went to Minnesota already.
They left after practice on the way to Minnesota. So, yeah, they should be there right now.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what was gonna happen. Like there are probably gonna be some camp fights around, bro.
Like we get against the Texans. That was funny.
Yeah.
Uh,
Then you know what's gonna happen? I think someone's gonna try to hit Trey right while he's running or something, and then our whole team is gonna try to jump in.
and
That's gonna be crazy.
Fred Warner's gonna take a shot. They got some premier receivers over there in Thielen and what's the other kid's name? Anyway, Fred Warner's gonna be talking trash the whole time. I can see it now. And see if that, because he's got to work on Fred's got to work on his rap game, right? So when the people coming off the line of scrimmage, yeah, they put, what you out here? And how'd you do last year? Yeah? Yeah, you ain't getting nothing today. I can just see Fred.
I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait to see the camp battles over there. It is going to be so funny.
Yeah, so, I just wish some of our horses were going to be there because they might take advantage of our defense with all the Ward brothers gone.
Our corners, they're hurt still, I'm pretty sure. Actually. Yeah.
Yeah, we got.
It sucks, but,
Yeah, we don't have Mosley. I don't know what they're going to look like. I hope they don't embarrass themselves.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to go Ronbo.
All right, Jay.
Yeah,
always loving you check in. All right.
Yep.
Well, I'll see you Wednesday after the workout.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Have a good night. Hey, yo, Ellis.
Ron Bizzle.
Ellis, Tony didn't know you was EMA, huh?
Who that?
I was looking at the chat. I noticed.
Tony Wright?
Yeah, Tony Wright. Yeah, he didn't know you Ellis. He didn't know it was EMA and Ellis was the same person.
Oh, okay. I thought he did. Because we went back and forth in the chat several times. I thought he already knew that was me.
Now he knows.
It's all good.
Yeah.
That's all good. What's up, Tony?
All right, Ellis, your observations today, because Darqueze is gone. It looks like Womack is going to man that position this year. And also J-Dub picked the wrong time. He gets hurt. When he gets hurt, often right at the beginning of the year. He did it again this year. The hamstring is going to take some time, according to what Kyle Shanahan said. And and Trey got loose today. And him and Samuel made a connection, which is good. You know what's really funny, Ellis? Now Trey has discovered the joys of Deebo Samuel. All of a sudden, we're not hearing anything about BA. It's calmed all the way down. But him having them two weapons is nice. But, it's interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's just been today. These guys, it spreads around, and that's a good thing,
Yeah.
Some days it's been Brandon for the majority of camp and stuff like that or whatever. But now that Deebo's in the mix, it's going to start to be a
thing. He needs to be brought up to speed anyway, and it's a good thing that they're working hard together because they got to make up for lost time. So.
Yeah.
Tony says it was Boomer T that didn't know. Okay, I'm sorry. He didn't know you was Ellis and EMA with the same person. Sorry, Tony.
Oh, yeah. I think Boomer's good people, too. Shout out to Boomer. But, yeah, you know what? I know Juwan Jennings isn't really having a promising camp, at least for the time being.
What is up with that?
But I think once the season starts, he'll start, he'll start getting it into gear. Hopefully he's not discouraged because of the additional wide receivers that are there that might be, doing some things and that he might notice that the coaches are taking a liking to, with
Danny Gray.
Danny Gray and, the other guys that are there too. But Ray, that could be discouraging for him. So it could be a little bit of mental stuff going on with Juwan. So hopefully he's holding his head high and knowing that, the things that he did last year, we appreciate, and we definitely want to, keep Juwan Jennings on the team. We need him. I say, him, Ray, Danny Gray, we got Deebo, BA, and, at least two more. I think we'll still do 6-7 receivers minimum. I think, because Kyle wants to have reserves. The guys go out really quickly. You see these, soft tissue injuries and stuff like that. That guys keep having. Brandon Ayuk was having them at here and there. Deebo was having them. it was kind of going around. You know what I mean? We had that
That's what
little
we
bug
do.
where there was a lot of soft tissue going on.
It's always contagious.
So
Every time we get injured,
yeah,
it's always contagious. If we get high ankle sprains, it's in fashion this year. Hamstrings, calves,
yeah. Yeah. And as far as Darqueze Dennard, Womack told Kyle on the phone when he, when they called him up and told him that, they're going to draft him on day 3 or whenever that was day 3, 4, whatever. He told him that he's getting a dog. Samuel Womack told Kyle and them, he says, you guys are getting a dog, coach. Just, you know what I mean? And, he's standing on what he said.
I'm loving it.
He's standing on what he said. And so that's one of the things that you rarely get to see where guys do that. And, he's showing improvement, and he's only going to get better. That's what we need. We need that rookie. We need some rookie guys to come in right away. I think we're deserved of that. It's been a while since we had that. I think Nick was the last time. Nick and Deebo were like the last 2 players that we had come in right away, balling, as far as rookies are concerned. Unless somebody's got somebody else that they can think of. But that's
you forgot about Fred. Fred came in day 1. Mike.
Well, but Fred's older. Fred came in way before Nick, and I'm saying as far as recently.
Oh, I'm saying, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Fred came well up before, those 2 guys. But I'm saying since that draft was at 2019 or whatever, that we haven't had any rookies come in balling right away. So, yeah, we need, between Spencer Burford, and Sam Womack and whatever other guys, maybe there's an undrafted guy or 2 that might come in and play well. Your Frank Mason, hopefully we keep him. We actually need that. We need that longevity. We need to be able to get as much as we can out of these guys, before they start, demanding a lot of money, and deserved of it if they're working for it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We need to be able to take advantage of that. So I think it's really good.
And getting on the wrong side of 30. And that's why the 49ers drafting, you got to actually appreciate it. Womack in the 3rd round. Well, 3rd round, what am I talking about? What, you said they got him on day 3, the final day of the draft? He was what round? Did he come in 4 or 5?
If I'm not mistaken, he's like a 5th, 6th round pick.
Ooh. Hey, wait a minute though. Ellis, where do the 49ers do their best work? In day 3.
In the latter part of the
it's amazing.
Round, sure.
Every year.
Spencer Burford.
DJ Jones.
I think he was a 4th round.
Kittle.
George Kittle.
Ooh, the Niners. You need to stop. They need to trade all their first really 2 or 3 round picks and just go 4th, 5th, and 6th, get as many as you can. I wonder what they would do. They built a whole. God, amazing how they do that.
If we could just stop pissing away the 3rd round picks on running backs, I feel a whole lot better.
They better not do that next year.
We could have made a better pick or turned that into 2 picks and did, and went in the later rounds and got some other guys that was there. I think we could have did better than that. But we'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. Somebody's going to get cut from the backfield and they're going to get picked up. I don't know who's going to be, who are going to be able to keep on the practice squad as far as, backs are concerned. Like I said, whatever it is, Marcelino or
Marcelino.
McCrary.
McCrary. I wanted him to make the team so bad. He did that speech, and
he's hungry.
Yeah.
I was listening to him at the podium talk, and he was,
wasn't he up there a long time?
He was just going into all kinds of stories and, kind of just going into his life and stuff like that. And he was talking. He was a bit excessive, but he's that's what happens when you get but when you get to that place like that and you come from
you're grateful.
Certain backgrounds and shit, and everybody counted you out and you were undrafted and all those different things, and you made it, you believed in yourself, you knew inside that you were you were meant for this, and you actually get there, man. He's just expressing himself. So I like that hunger in him, and I like how he was talking. That's a guy you want to keep. That's somebody who's going to be, who's going to make himself a household name at some point, is going to be, demanding some big money too. And I think that's another guy we need to make sure we keep a hold of. And, with Jimmie out and stuff like that, maybe that might give us some cushion. He probably won't be out that long, but I don't want to bring Jimmie back too soon because we need a fully healthy Jimmie Ward.
And we're going to get one. He can come back too soon for sure. Well, Ellis, we're going to go, and I'll be looking for you after that workout come Wednesday. and let's see what we got going on in Minnie. All right.
Yeah, I'm glad we had a good practice and stuff today. That's good. We want to get better. I was looking at some of the highlights from a lot of the preseason games and some different teams. The Saints are looking quite shitty. The Texans look a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think in the NFC, man, we're going to be like top 5. I don't know. It's looking a little shaky over there, and some of these other teams. Maybe just because it was preseason. I don't want to get too over the top, but I don't know, Ronbo. They're looking kind of feeble over there on these other.
Don't
anyway,
you left the Cowboys out. But anyway, yeah. All right. I didn't
get to watch them against the Broncos, but I knew they did get beat, and a lot of Dallas fans are mad. So we'll see what happens.
I love
it. They only might have that coach for another season, Rombo, man. That guy
or half a season. He may get fired mid-season.
But make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, man. Wipe your feet, you know where you're at, and shout out to the Niner faithful, all the family, man. Much love to all of y'all.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah.
Shout out to the squad.
Back again Wednesday. Appreciate it.
Night, Phil.
Peace.
Dallas. See, anytime you feel depressed, like today we lost Jimmie, think about Dallas. 17 flags, and Coach McCartney saying things like, I think too much was made of it. I mean, it was a practice game. It's nothing to be. It doesn't mean that's the way we coach. It shows that you don't have control of your team. That's a discipline situation falling on you. Hey, Bryant, come on in.
Hey, Ronbo, how are you tonight?
Great. Yeah, it's preseason, Bryant. I would be better if Jimmie Ward wouldn't have got hurt, but I keep telling myself it's going to be okay. As a 49er fan, Bryant, we do that a lot. Tell yourself it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
See? Don't you feel better?
I do, and every time Jimmie Ward gets hurt, I also feel a little bit better after I call him Hospital Ward. Because,
but Brian, be fair. It's been a while. He took off a couple of years, and
it's been a while. His best years was when he was younger, and then we couldn't keep him ready.
He was hurt all the time then too. Yeah, he was just, and henceforth the name Hospital Ward. Oh, God.
And fans know. He's been good for us in recent, but man, a lot of times early we couldn't keep him out there, and they said, there was all this hype around him and everything. And I'm not saying they not the hype, the talk is real, but
he can play
down the field.
But his body getting carted off by usually it's a leg injury of some kind, and then him and Kowalski, remember they had twin broken arms that year. I said, you got to be kidding me. How do they both break their arm at the same time? How do we do this? They play safety and strong. How are we supposed to do it? Damn it! You start talking to yourself and talking. It just can't. It doesn't compute. I can't process. Why? Anyway, Brian.
I know they go hard at practice. Some people say we go harder than most, but I don't know.
Must be true.
It is not. But with the Vikings, well, first let's touch preseason real quick. I always am a fan of preseason. The games don't count, but that's when you get to see players really going out. To me, it always feels like it's a real game because those players that are third, fourth string, fifth string, they want to make the team. That's when you get that one guy that you don't even know his name and he scored a touchdown. And you're like, whoa. So for
What's
me,
his name? That's Samuel Womack. Yeah.
Exactly. That's when you do see the turnovers and stuff like that, and you start seeing things like that, and it's like, whoa, that guy should be on our team. Well, then when they do get on our team, you're like, maybe he shouldn't have been on our team. But he played good in preseason, though. So
yeah,
that's always the fun part about
you
it.
point out something that's really we've had that happen before. Guys look like they're just tearing it up in camp, and then when the season starts, they become invisible. Not often, but we've had it happen.
One thing too is with preseason games, they should really cut the price in half or something like that, because if you want people to go to the games and stuff and be proud to be there and stuff, when you're spending $100 for a preseason game and it doesn't count, and you're nosebleeds, that's not fun.
And the parking and the parking fees, they don't change those prices out in the lots. They're still charging those phenomenal fees.
No, you're either walking 2 miles away from the stadium or you spend $200 for parking.
I need to take a taxi to the stadium. Oh, God.
It is that crazy. It really is, But, for the fans that go out there and stuff like that, shout out to them and stuff, the ones that getting sunburnt and stuff. And I'm glad that, they're playing the games at nighttime where, at least they get some kind of shade and stuff. Because, again, Levi's it's not the most friendliest fan stadium out there.
No,
So
and that traffic jam coming out. Oh man, you're not gonna get home until God knows when. So yeah.
yeah, you used to say going to Candlestick was rough, like the traffic jam, but I don't know. Think Santa Clara is worse, but
It is.
So again, back to preseason, I think it really just represents the coach and how the coach feels about it. If the coach doesn't really care about it, then they're going to downplay everything. And like Kyle Shanahan says, I see it in practice.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, that's why you practice. You practice so you can get better. You practice so you can try things out. And not everything's going to be perfect. But with them practicing against the Vikings, that's going to be interesting because we got some bad vibes with the Vikings and our history really with the Vikings over
Yeah, it
our
goes all the way
senior
back.
team.
And blame
Mhm.
Steve Young. That run he humiliated their entire franchise has not worn off yet. Young's down at the
Well,
Vikings. No, he's still up. He's going to Young avoids that tackle. He's still up. And then Steve goes in and makes it even more dramatic as 149 says, yeah, Steve, he goes down all dropping in one knee like, So I said, I loved it. That's good.
How about at the game at Kezar? How about the game with Kezar where the Viking runs the ball back the opposite way?
Who did that? What was the name on that?
I don't know his name.
Yeah,
right
that's
off the top of
documented.
my-
I know, right?
Yeah, and it was at Kezar. He ran and then we still lost the game.
See, that's when you
I
know
remember,
it's the other team's day.
They're pointing to the points board, the scoreboard, and they're like, "Hey, you just scored in the wrong spot," and trying to tell them, and then later we lost. But that's because the Vikings are tough.
Who did that? Yeah, they've always been tough defensively. Yeah, they used to always be tough.
With us playing against them in preseason, it's going to be really cool. And the practices for the next couple of days, so it's going to give our guys a little bit of a break going against each other.
Mm.
I think the Niners will be really defensive of Trey Lance. I don't think they want to get their little rookie quarterback out there hurt because then our season's practically over.
If the Vikings get stupid and start doing things to try to hurt somebody, that could get crazy really fast.
Yeah, definitely. So did I hear you right? Is like the final cut date for Jimmie going to be like August 31st?
No, Jimmie could get cut. There's another one coming up too. There's 2 more cuts.
But that's the final one.
That's the final one. Yeah. So that's only a few weeks away. 2 weeks, I think. What am I talking about? 2.5 weeks.
Well, hey, it's always fun, coming in. I know you have tons of callers, and, I like getting back into the chat and listening to everybody talk and stuff. I just like getting in and shouting out with you a little bit. But before I go, let me give you my little fun fact about the special teams. Since it's the Vikings and the Niners, do you remember Gary Anderson?
Yes, kicker.
The kicker for the Vikings that missed it for them. They could have went to the Super Bowl and just missed it
against the Hawks.
Right. It was the Falcons, wasn't it? That was like the Dirty Bird year or something like that, wasn't it?
Okay. Recently, I thought that was Gary. That wasn't Gary Anderson, was it? The Hawks got away because the field goal kickers. That must have been somebody else.
The Vikings was like the super team that year.
Yeah.
And Culpepper goes out, into the dome and kicks the football and just misses it. I think he was like wide right or wide left. He totally missed it. But what's interesting in the comparison, the reason I'm bringing it up, Gary Anderson was our kicker in '97.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kickers get around. They mean things. They definitely mean things if they miss. If they win, then we forget the name.
It's amazing. But the thing is that can you imagine Bryant walking off the field? You're a kicker. You could have won the game, but what you just did determined the end of that game. There's one player that does determine games. It is the kicker, really often. 2 seconds left on the clock as the 49ers have called timeout. And here he comes, Gary Anderson, and whoever was coming down. Robbie Gould comes in, or better yet, that kicker we had to replace Robbie 3 years ago, with against the Hawks when we could have actually beaten the Hawks twice that year. And that ball is wide left, and the Hawks are going to win it. Oh man, see that's Bryant. That's what I'm talking about. Why you and I are still concerned about the Hawks until we see this stop. That's what I mean. It's luck or something else. The Hawks don't always beat us on skill alone.
No, there's something really weird, and it's not just Russell Wilson. It's not just Pete Carroll. Since they came to our division, since they changed their uniforms, there's been, I don't know if they're trying to build their own little green Golden Gate up there in Seattle, an Emerald Golden Gate or something. I don't know, but there's been some weirdness going on. The refs clearly favored him in most games against us. It's really weird, and it really since the 2000s, since the divisions changed, we've had the Cardinals in the Super Bowl, the Seahawks have been in the Super Bowl, the Niners, the Rams. I mean, we got a really strong division, but for every time we get around the Rams or we get around the Seahawks and it's a playoff game, we don't seem to get those calls, and they're clear out calls. And I don't know if it's because we got more jewelry and they're trying to get somebody else out there, get a different face, but
we do know there's something weird going on. But, Brian, we're going to have to go. And to tell you what,
thanks for having me.
It's always a pleasure.
And,
give my best to that great family of yours.
All right. And everybody, like and subscribe and call in if you've never done it before, because the best YouTube platform out here, Ronbo Sports, Red and Gold Radio.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate that. Talk to you Wednesday. All right. And let's go ahead and check out. Hey, Steven in Rome.
What's happening, Ronbo?
Stephen, when we're looking at the fact that Womack today just got such a compliment, so it just said, Darqueze Dennard, we do not need Samuel. Get over here. You are going to be our guy. You 5th-round pick. See,
Ronbo. I'm going to pump the brakes real quick. Real quick because I'm a little skeptic. Let's pump it back real quick. Didn't we say the same shit about Diamador Lenore? Didn't we say the same
come on, Steve. You put water on my smoking.
I know. I want to be on that boat with
but wait. I just want to say one thing in my defense. I heard that Diamador was kind of slow of foot. I knew that was going to be an issue at some point, and it was. I loved what he did in the beginning, but this kid is not slow. So maybe he is legit.
And we better bless our stars if he stays healthy. I'm telling you, Ronbo, we need these dubs. We need that Super Bowl ring. We don't just want it. We need it because we have to have it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the mindset. Everyone on that roster, and going all the way from the water boy all the way to Jed York, has to have that same mentality. Please stay healthy. Go out there, ball out, play shutout. Just
avoid.
Kill him.
Can you avoid injury?
But
please?
I was talking to my boys over at my job today, and I had a couple of questions. I said, who do you think is going to take the AFC?
That's everybody's favorite question now, too. Go ahead.
It's in my opinion, I want it to be the Chargers. I think the Chargers look set. I think they look ready. I think it's done and over with. But there's a dark horse in the background, and that dark horse
Kansas City.
Denver.
Denver?
No.
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
I'm with you, though. I'm picking the Chargers.
I was thinking to myself, I was like, why would it be the dark horse? I mean, Jerry Jeudy, that superstar tight end that they picked up, Von Miller. Not Von Miller. Von Miller's with the Buffalo Bills. My bad. Now, who else do they have? That new wide receiver they just picked up, who's on a hot streak apparently. But Russell Wilson.
I remember that acquisition. I just don't know who it was. They got a good defense too. That guy there, that kid they drafted last year in the secondary, he is all he was advertised to be. And Steven, one thing you do make a good point, because Russell Wilson, you put him on a good team, there's no telling what's going to happen. Russell Wilson has been playing or carrying the Hawks to the miserable endings they've had. Yeah. But what if they had a good team? Russell Wilson, it's going to be interesting to see what he looks like in Denver.
Here's another thing I said in that whole talk. I said, this year the Niners will find out whether or not was it Russell Wilson that killed us or was it Pete Carroll. So that's why this year we will find out, because we played both of them.
Oh my God.
But
back to back, actually.
Believe it or not.
Yeah. We got Russie one week, and we got Pete the next. Our first week is Pete, and then Russie.
We will find out. We will find out that answer real quick. But
I just hope I'm happy after those 2 weeks. After the Bears, we go to visit Pete, and then after that we get to go visit little Russie, and
we just find out who's really killing the 49ers.
Don Burr, we're beating your team to death. We're just gonna Don Burr's he's not in Chicago. He's in Detroit. Mike, we're beating your team to death because we got. Yes, we're not starting the season off with anything less than just a beat down, and then we got to deal with 2 other teams that questionable.
Well, Ronbo, I was asking, I was like, okay, who do you think is going to take the NFC? And they think it's the 49ers, 110%. They're full-heartedly behind the Niners. They said the Bucs are good, but Brady's washed now. He's too old. Yeah. They said the Rams are one and done. That's definitely the Cardinals.
Say it again. I like the way it sounds. Rams fans, pay attention. Say it again, Steve. What did he say?
Rams fans, they're one and done.
Oh, goodness.
They're one and done. So, and you know why I say that? Because if they lose Odell Beckham Jr. to Buffalo because Von Miller's trying to convince OBJ to go play with Josh Allen, it's over.
Yep.
It's over. They have no one else. It's just Cooper Kupp. You guard Cooper Kupp and call it a day.
Yeah. And you got an elbow problem going on with the quarterback, and people, they're just trying to downplay it. But the Rams fans know that's not good. That's not good, Rams. And you know this. You go in denial all you want to. But if Stafford's elbow's hurting, you're hurting.
But here's another thing, too, I want to touch up on. If OBJ goes to the Bills, it's going to be AFC Championship between the Chargers and the Bills. Plain and simple. And it's going to be an absolute shootout.
Steve, let me tell you one thing. OBJ is not going to play a whole season. You know, he's one of the worst in the NFL. I just realized this is all the time. OBJ cannot stay on the field. He's tender. I don't know what he's doing that he's not any more tough than that, but he is really bad. He never gets a lot of credit for being bad because he's such a good ball player. But OBJ is not durable at all.
But Ronbo, do you really want to face a team in the NFC, not the NFC, the AFC?
Stephon Diggs and OBJ? No,
Josh
I don't.
Allen, Stephon Diggs and OBJ? No, nobody does. Nobody does. And if Cole Beasley comes back, hell no. Forget it.
That slot guy.
Forget it. So that's why I'm like, if OBJ goes to the Buffalo Bills and listens to Von Miller, then it's going to be in the AFC Championship, the Chargers versus the Bills. But we will never have to worry about the Rams again. Period.
Yeah, I know. Rams, it was an accident that they made it last year. So, yeah, I don't expect anything from them. Yeah. So.
I want to say this, too. This year, if you've ever thought the 49ers ever had a revenge tour, this is it. Why do I say that?
Big time.
Because we play the Rams, we play the Seahawks, we play Kansas City midway, then we play the Bucs.
Mm-hmm.
These are all teams that have actual beef with the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
And Kansas City for sure can get the hand.
Yeah,
100%. They sure.
Well, you mentioned the Bucs. we don't have anything going on with the Bucs, though. All those other teams.
If Jimmie stays and he sees Brady on that opposite field, I guarantee you he's going to be in Kyle's ear. Put me in, coach. Put me in. Please put me in. Put me in. Please. Please.
I had no idea that's the direction you were going to take. That's funny. But Brady, everybody's counting Brady out. And you know how he fuels himself with that. Everybody thinks Brady's done. I ain't saying nothing because Brady's frightening. He'll come out of this coming on the field with a bag full of vitamins and avocados, and all of a sudden he'll look like he's 22. You know, so I don't know about Brady.
No, you almost made me spit up my soda.
The dude is scary. I don't know how he does it. The Rams shouldn't have even won that game last year. Brady was coming back. The Tampa Bay Bucs defense is what gave that game up. They sucked. But anyway, Steve, you in Rome. I'm going to see you guys Wednesday. All right?
I'll see you Wednesday, Ronbo.
Looking forward. Night, fam. And there he is. The Dallas Cowboy fan himself. He's Austin. Austin, come on in and you know, you guys, Austin, I don't mean to laugh. It's just that when your head coach came up and said some things he did, he sort of got real indignant and had an attitude when he was asking about what the hell was going on with those flags. I was laying on my floor. Hey, coach, take some responsibility, coach. Just man up. Austin, come on in.
Oh,
Oh, Ronbo, you know how it is.
Yeah. That's a good point, Austin. Coaches kill me when they're embarrassed how they strike a pose. They're at the podium, and they know the question is coming. Austin, if I was a coach, and I did and had some of these things happen to me that some of these coaches down through the years have had them happen for them, I wouldn't care about getting fined. All right, Ronbo, you're up. For what? Yeah, the media's waiting on you. What do they want? They'll ask you what you want. Let's go. I'm not coming out there. Well, you know it's going to cost you money, right? I don't care what the fine is. I'm not coming out there. I wouldn't, Austin. I'm not. Oh, I can see myself livid. They'd ask me the wrong question, and I get all pissed off, and I can see myself leaping out into the crowd.
Ready to throw some soup bones.
What? I can just see me now. What was that question again? What'd you say? Well, let me come out there. I can hear better. So it's not a good thing. Man.
But I feel bad for you guys. Y'all are getting the injury bug.
We always do.
We
always do.
Again. Like you're looking like we did 2 years ago when Doc went down.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton, when he came in. Our offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
And our offensive line injuries got worse.
And also, it seems to start to domino. It seems like you're right. One guy goes down, then several others goes down. I hope this bleeding can stop, right? Because the last few years, that's what happens. We get the first injury, and then it starts just an avalanche of just one after another. And we got a great team that needs to be staying intact so we can survive. The injuries start to die down. You notice, Austin, I don't know if it's conditioning or whatever. You notice your team stops getting hurt usually around 6, 7, week 8. It's usually at the beginning of the season when your team start to get hurt. First few weeks. And then all of a sudden they start to minimum amount of damage every week. It's just contact conditioning.
Yeah, Ronbo, from your perspective, on a scale of 1 to 10, if Jimmie Ward's not going to be there for however many weeks, how confident are you all in your secondary at the moment if he's gone for extended periods of time?
Well, we've got I've got too many. I can't do without both Charvarius, Jimmie, and Mosley. Those are 3 key pieces right there. Now, all 3 of them are laid up right now. I don't know who's coming back in week 1, but that's too damn much. And Jason Verrett's already stretched out. So that's 4 guys that are of high-level talents. So everybody else that comes in now, Ambry Thomas, I don't worry about him. I think he'll be fine. Dante Johnson in my secondary, if I have to really depend on him, it is of a concern to me. Tavarius Ward showed me something the other day that shows me that he that year off may have actually made him start over or something, because what I saw was a complete embarrassment. So I'm not really sure what to expect out of that secondary with all these key pieces missing. I really don't.
Well, Ronbo, you know as well as anybody, you can have the best defensive line in football, but if you don't got corners and safeties back there to cover, it's game over.
Yeah. Because, like you're saying, they also make it difficult. If the quarterback can't see lanes to throw into because the coverage is tight in the background, that's what also they work off of each other, right? The frontline defense does what it does, pressure that quarterback, make him get into a little bigger hurry. He starts to look and see he has no lanes to throw in, and then, of course, he's doomed. So, it's scary. I don't know. Hopefully, I'm just thinking Charvarius comes back at least. Mosley, I suspect he might be able to start in at least week 2. So we'll see. That's all you can do, Austin.
You'll need him. You'll need him, Ronbo, because I know you're playing the Bears week 1, but like down the line when you play the Buccaneers and you play the Rams and you play all these great receivers, you're going to need those safeties and corners.
Oh, God, yes. The first 2 weeks of the season, that's it for the cakewalk. And I tell you right now, I'm not counting out the Hawks just yet. As anybody knows the history between the Hawks and the 49ers, I don't care if they show up with a bunch of girls on their team wearing pajamas. I'm not feeling comfortable until the fourth quarter. There's something very bizarre about what goes on between San Francisco and Seattle. They call us the sister cities. That's
You
man.
Ronbo, you don't care if it's 21-0. You ain't celebrating until that fourth quarter clock hits 0.
And I mean 0 too, because there's something very bizarre that goes on between San Francisco and Seattle. Every game we play, if the refs start making some strange, perfectly badly timed call, there's always something. Huh. So yeah, I do worry.
But Ronbo, I thank you for your time. I know you're a busy man, so I'll let you get to it. God
Thanks,
bless
Austin.
you. Go Cowboys.
Here he goes. He rides off into the sunset. Night, Austin. See you next time. And there he is, Hayden. Hayden.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hayden, Brian Culp was right. Hayden, we don't have a cakewalk this season. There's nothing. Every week is a challenge. And Hayden, for those of us who believe we're going to just go in and beat the Bears
every year,
and then there's that.
Is there any time where there's just 1 year where the Niners do not get injured every year?
That's a good trivia question. Anybody in the chat, can you recollect any season that we came into the season fully healthy and maintained health for at least 8 to 10 weeks? That's what I want to know. Even that. I'm not even asking for a whole season. I don't remember such a time. But every team goes.
I just remember a few years ago, one game it was injury report and Kyle listed off 10 guys that were starters. I'm like, oh my god. And Jimmie Ward, we need him.
Yes, badly. He anchors that secondary.
Badly.
Yeah. Hey, you ever notice when Kyle's reading off that list, how his hat's down over his eyeballs, and he's just mumbling. I mean, Kyle's the only thing that makes me kind of chuckle because I couldn't be, man. I couldn't even give that report.
Or it's remember when we got blown out by the Dolphins? What was it? Not last by Fitz Magic.
Two years, 2020.
He had his hat down.
Almost to his nose.
He had his head down. Yeah, I know. He was
it was an embarrassment. Hey, remember we didn't have anybody playing cornerback that year, right? Some kid that Kyle put in for some reasons, and he shouldn't have put him in. He should have put Spoon in. But Witherspoon had an injury that year, remember?
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Witherspoon says in the third or fourth quarter, into the third, he says, Coach, maybe I should go in. What? Oh, Kello.
Oh, God. Witherspoon was a mental case if I have ever seen one.
Wow, you could have played.
And remember he was doing good against DK Metcalf 2 years ago, and then he made one bad play and you saw him just crumble again.
Yeah. He's doing pretty good in Pittsburgh, so the Steelers.
He's doing good at the Steelers, yeah.
I seen him make some plays. I says, wow, he's grown up.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough about Witherspoon. He's caused enough trouble for my brain.
Well, one thing about it, speaking of mistakes, and Pettis, somebody said in the chat the other day, Pettis looked good in practice. Who's he playing for? Is he still with the Giants?
Oh, God, don't even talk about Pettis. I remember, people were he had that one good year, and then, he would show up, and, he would get hit once, and then he would fumble, and then he would, I'm like, oh, my God. That's the one thing about Kyle and John I don't understand. A player will be playing super bad, but they somehow, they want to keep him there just for another couple years. We could have got rid of Dante Pettis after the first year, but they decided, and same with Witherspoon. They kept on trying to, let's try to get him and then, Witherspoon
you can't get rid of him the first year. You got to wait and see if they develop, right?
I'm not saying the first year, but, they dragged the Dante Pettis thing out. That was...
Until he finally pissed Kyle off. Remember that game when somebody said Dante Pettis was only in for 3 snaps, Coach? And can't stand it. Really? Well, I'll have to make sure that doesn't happen again. Kyle, you did,
and then
you did that on purpose.
I remember the game where Jimmie came back from injury with his ankle. Remember 2020 when we... And then, against the Seahawks, and then they put Dante Pettis in on a punt return, and he fumbled his first play. And you never saw him again.
The
ever.
NC2A
That was
champion. He still holds a record. Nobody has done better than Dante Pettis
Yeah, I don't
at kick
understand
return.
that. Yeah, seriously, I don't understand that. Yeah, but we need Jimmie back. Not Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Ward. 'Cause Jimmy Garoppolo he's not even really training with the team anymore.
No, Jimmy.
He's on like this
Jimmy comes in, sunglasses on, and they hand him. A couple of guys go with him to a field far away from the main field.
Oh, and
he's just over there
you know
throwing.
how like Grant Cohn, how like he had that beef with Javon Kinlaw 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Well, after he got scolded by Javon Kinlaw. Well, now, like I heard a thing. Like, I don't know what got me to listen to him because I haven't listened to him in like a long time. He was like, "Oh yeah," he was defending Javon Kinlaw. I'm like, "Oh god, yeah, Javon Kinlaw taught you not to talk about him again, did he?" He like now he talks about because I remember like he would be like, "Oh yeah, Javon Kinlaw, why are you even on the team and all this?" And I was like, "Javon Kinlaw." Now he's saying he tried to say to someone that trading Buckner was better than. Still get mad about that.
Well, you know,
he was trying to say right now Javon Kinlaw is better than Buckner.
You know,
I'm like, dude, what are you on about?
That's
and
going way too far.
he was trying to say Drake Jackson right now is better than Nick Bosa. He
No,
was trying to make an argument.
Wait. No, he didn't.
Like,
nah, he did not.
No,
did he say that?
Yeah, no. He was trying to make an argument. He was trying to make an argument for a case that Drake Jackson's better than Nick Bosa. I'm like, dude, you are too much.
Wait. On his defense,
Javon Kinlaw humbled Grant Cohn.
But here's the thing.
2 months ago.
Well, he may have, but then again, look at Javon Kinlaw. It's a very frightening man. He's huge. But here's the thing. Actually, even Nick said that Drake can do things that he's working on. Drake has a bend that's
I know, but
freakish.
like not right now. Okay,
not
maybe
yet.
in a couple of years. But Nick Bosa is like one of the best, if not the best.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Edge rushers in the league.
I think Nick was saying good things about Drake, and maybe.
And you know what I'm still irritated about? How he did not get one comeback player of the year. Oh God, one comeback player of the year vote last year. When
they gave it to.
Came back and.
Who did they give it to?
Dak, right?
Was it Dak?
I think Dak. Yeah,
I think you're right.
Ankle or whatever.
I think you're right.
But like the problem with me is like he had like what was it like 12 or 13 sacks in his returning year from a torn ACL.
Nobody does that.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Nobody does that, and he didn't get one vote. I'm still. Anyways.
That's okay. You know what?
Yeah, but
they're gonna turn Nick into an absolute monster just from that alone.
I just hope Sam Womack turns into what I hope he is because like he could pick the ball. When was the last time you saw like one of our corners who could like consistently pick the ball?
We've not had that, and Womack's got those kind of cat-like reflexes. I think that's what's going to help him the most. And
like when he caught the ball between the legs or whatever, that was dope.
He's going to go through some pain, but he's got what it takes. You can tell he can build upon who he is, and see where he goes with that. He's got potential, no doubt. Hey, we're gonna go.
I just hope Kyle. One more thing. I just hope Kyle trusts Trey and picks the right plays for him because I still can't get over the freaking Mac Jones thing.
You know,
man.
I don't know what Kyle's thinking when he goes and makes statements publicly like that. He's just asking
on a podcast. Anyway.
Oh God, Kyle.
On a podcast, not even the presser. On a podcast.
You could deny it if the media wrote it up. You could say I never said that. They took what I said out of context. You could go nuts. But if you're doing a podcast, we hear you talking.
Yeah. Anyways, Ronbo.
I'll see you.
Yeah.
I'll see you Wednesday. All right.
I'll see you Wednesday, Ronbo.
Bye. Hey, Hayden's back. TNT's favorite guy. Brian Combs is Jim Marshall, Vikings. Yes. Was that Jim Marshall? Player ran backward. I do remember. You know what? There were videos out years after that, and that was hilarious. And I remember it showed his players were trying to stop him too. He wouldn't stop. Tony,
Ronbo,
Tony, after hearing about Jimmy Ward get hurt, suddenly the complexion of a defense that was dominant. It's amazing how there's key people on that defense that you have to have. Now, we can afford to lose a lineman here and there. We can even afford to lose a linebacker now. We just got so many. But the secondary, you can't lose 2 guys. We've lost 4.
Really?
You got the Ward brothers out. You got Jason Verrett. Yeah, the Ward brothers are out. And you got Mosley. That's too much.
I still think we've got enough there to cover.
Well, we've got bodies. I don't know how.
Except they cut that dude that I like.
Darqueze Dennard, which is interesting because they might need to call him back. They come today.
Bernard.
Darqueze Dennard, yeah.
Texas A&M. Yeah. Texas A&M kid.
Yeah. And Womack did so well the other day, they're going to just go ahead and say, listen, we don't need Darqueze. Let's go ahead and get you up to speed. I don't know who's going to back Darqueze up, though, in the slot. I guess Ward could, but he's hurt, so.
Yeah, we'll see. But I don't like this practicing with other teams bullshit.
How come?
Because that's where injuries happen.
Yeah.
Tell me when have we not had a scuffle with a team when we're practicing with other teams? It always gets out.
But I'm talking about knee injuries or something like that. The fights, there's going to be a fight. Oh, there's definitely going to be a fight.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's not a healthy thing. I don't know why Shanahan insists on doing it when we can just practice against each other. You know, we don't need to
get a little different preparation.
And who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sake, I hope he doesn't play Trey Lance in that game or practice, whatever you want to call it.
He's going to definitely get some work in that game. Tony, you know what? That just rung a bell in my head. Jimmy Garoppolo could still be hanging around due to the fact that they're concerned if anything happens to Trey before the start of the season, they got Jimmie. I hadn't thought about that angle.
I heard somebody say on a podcast that they can keep him as long as they cut him before September 10.
Now it's September 10?
Yeah.
Because I thought it was the end of August. Well, the first game doesn't start until September 10th, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what they're talking about.
September 11th.
As long as he's not on the field at game 1. Because the final cut's coming up August, after the last preseason game, a few minutes later.
But, yeah, I don't like that crap at all, going over there and practicing.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust the other team. Right? And I don't want my players injured because they can take advantage of a cheap shot or situation. And next thing you know, we've got, safeties out and this and that and blah, 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 or someone tweaks a knee or it's just, to me, it's horrifying. I can't wait till that's over because there's absolutely no need for it. There's no need for it. We're practicing against the best defense against each other in the league. What do we need those bozos for?
And it's going to be 2 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then they play them on Saturday.
And who's going to be to blame if we do come away with an injury? Kyle?
Kyle he'd have a reason for it. I don't know.
I mean, practice, that's what practice is for. Practice is to push the boundaries and limits of and for the players to acclimatize themselves. For example, Trey throwing the ball to a spot, getting that down pat.
Mm-hmm.
Mistake is when you make it in a game.
Yeah.
You're supposed to, go all out, and push the limits in practice. I mean, by, Trey throwing the ball to a spot and going, he threw it to this player half a metre to the right, so he now knows when he runs that route again, boom, they got it right. He throws it half a metre shorter or to the left, he's got him.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, which I found a little bit funny, that Deebo was staying back with Trey to catch up. And I thought to myself, I detect a little bit of jealousy there, because Trey's been training
with Brandon
Ayuk. With Brandon Ayuk. And this guy's fallen behind because he's been chucking tantrums all year. And now he's gone, hey, Trey, hey, bro, listen, you mind if we stay back a little bit, so I can catch up?
and Trey being the team leader that he is, even if he had something else to do, sure, no problem.
Yeah, it's all right. We know, you still got a little bit of bump to lose and a bit of belly fat. So, yeah, we may as well, mate. Come on.
And he does, He came alive today, though. The report says he was pretty much on it today. So he may be on a diet.
Game day.
Yeah, game day.
These guys that are injured, I know the Travarius Ward, I think he just tweaked the groin muscle or something like that.
Yeah, well, at first they said it was a hamstring, and then they said it really is a groin injury. So, but you remember last year, Tony Dre, with that tear that he suffered against the Lions, and we didn't see him the rest of the year except for 2 or 3 times more. I don't know. These guys' injuries, they don't heal.
Well, they're hard to heal. I've had one of those. They're bastards of things.
I've had hamstring. It seemed like it took forever, but I've never had a groin injury. So
groin's a pain in the ass.
Because you can't really walk at all then, right?
Well, you can. You can.
But the pain is.
You think you've recovered, and then all of a sudden you go do a step, put your foot in the ground to do a jink or something like that, and it comes back. It's a real freaky little injury, But it depends to what extent he's done it. If he hasn't pulled anything severely and he's just tweaked it, I mean, they can massage it out.
Okay. Yeah.
As long as they come back for the crucial games, I mean, we don't need them against the Bears.
Well,
we should be able to get across the line with Trey throwing bombs all day.
I just want to make the thing is, I just want to make sure that if they're ready by week 1, okay, you guys don't need to come out yet. So we want to make sure, but be ready for week 2. I just would like to see them healthy and it's asking too much, by next week. Because it's almost time, Tony. It is almost time.
It is almost time, and I can't wait. Because the things happening that I was hoping for in training camp, and that's, they're intercepting the ball left, right, and center.
Mm-hmm.
I want those short fields. I want those game-changing games. Like you imagine there's 2 minutes left on the clock, and you just someone intercepts the ball. All of a sudden, it's a 49ers ball, and Trey goes down there and shoves it up there where the sun don't shine. Bang! Touchdown! Game over.
Yes. We need more of that. We haven't seen enough of that in the last 2-3 seasons. So
and you just can't get enough of that. You know what I mean?
Well, Tony, looks like we got it. I just noticed our clock ran out. But I'll be looking for you Wednesday, and we'll find out from the place they went that you wish they would stop doing. Let's see what results, and we'll get those reports.
Oh, I'm praying to God, Ronbo, please. Kyle, change your mind. Let's practice at home. For God's sake. All right, shout out to everyone, Ronbo, and
thanks, Tony.
See you in the next chapter. Cross your fingers. Hope we stay injury-free.
And elbows, yes, everything crosses.
Yeah.
Cheers, Phil.
Cheers, mate.
And it's Jorge. George.
What up?
It's Chloe there. What are you guys hanging out?
Hi.
Hey, Chloe.
Yeah.
It's like it's good to hear from you too. We don't
Hi,
have
Ronbo.
How you doing? How you been doing, actually?
Good.
That's good to hear. Because everybody's not saying that when we think about all the misery in the world. But let me not get started on that because I go on and on. I'm stop the world I want to get off is not today. We're talking 49ers football. But Chloe, Jorge, this is the thing. We're rolling along. The defense looks like it's invincible. Oh, Jimmie Ward goes down, and Kyle says it's more serious than anybody else on the team. He may not be back, and he may miss game one opener. Oh, no. What are you thinking?
Go.
Well, Fred Warren gave me his autograph.
Fred Warner. Hey,
And Jimmy.
you two went out and watched the workout at Levi's? You got to meet Fred?
Yeah, it's training camp.
All right.
Yeah, she took a picture, and she got pictures with them, and it was real cool. Jimmy's like he's actually the coolest of all of them as far as like interacting with the fans.
Jimmie Ward?
He just kept he just kept giving autographs out, and he was just a real chill personality, man. Like when people responded to him, he didn't ignore them. Like he almost responded to everybody else saying stuff. People were joking around with him. He was saying stuff to them. They were talking about his rating on the Madden and everything like that, and he was just going back and forth, joking with them about it and stuff like that. And like it was just funny, man. Like he was just being real cool.
It's good he's laid back like that because Jimmy's taken a lot of flack down through the years. I always defended him because I know he's a good player.
Oh, man.
But the injuries, he was always out. And people mistake injuries for not being able to play no ball. I said, man, y'all don't know what you're talking about. Jimmie Ward can play football. He can't stay healthy, but he can play. So, yeah.
I told him I brought up your show, and I'm like, hey, man, I know you've been on the show before. I know Ronbo and everybody in the fan, the Niner fan would love to see you come back. And the Ronbo show, we all love you, man. He's like, I love you guys back. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he was interacting with us straight up like that.
That's the way he is. It's so funny because every now and then I'd have threads about him on Instagram. And and I put something up and people come in and start just working him, just really just nasty trolling, right? All of a sudden he'd show up in the thread and he'd say things like, "You believe that? You ever play any ball before?" I'm laughing. Wait a minute, guys.
He's not afraid to talk to
that's
people.
Really
and he's real cool too. He'll go back and forth with you. He don't care.
He did. And one guy just I blocked him at the dude that was messing with Ward. You know, I said, dude, get up out of my chat. You know. Shut up. God. So, it was he is cool though. I've always loved him. What's his handle on Instagram? It's not anything to do with his name. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Something, I forgot his name. But I was laughing because Rico something Suave, not Rico Suave, something Suave. But anyway, I'm glad you guys had a good time out there. All right. So, J-Dub will be back. I call him J-Dub. He'll be back.
Yeah.
I think he'll heal up faster than everybody thinks. So.
Yeah. We just need to get them. They just really need some. They need some martial art training stretchers that go in there because they'll help you stretch the way you're supposed to stretch to full extension to get you to be warmed up. Because if they were doing like stretches like that. You know what I mean? They'd be extra flexible. There'd be no hamstring blowups at all, man. They'd be real, ready and loose and limber ready just to fly around.
I know exactly what you mean. I've had that training. Sometimes they stretch you, master use the stretches to the point of dudes be out, grown men up there crying nearly. But your flexibility, you get your stretch, it's permanent. So, that's a good idea. I don't know who's working them like that right now, though. There must be somebody out there that thinks they know what they're doing.
I think sometimes we have these egos and people are high paid going in there and they're professionals in their own right, but they don't got no martial art training where they can go in there and be like, hey, you know what, we're going to stretch you guys out to the point where like you can probably do a back flip, karate kick and all that stuff, man. And we would do this to the Rams fans in there too. You understand me? They need to get karate size.
Even ballet, even the guys won't shame. Even a ballet instructor could show you what you need to do. There's exercises you can do. Even yoga instructors, anything. Remember George Kittle that year? That his sister is really good at yoga. She was working George out. George didn't mind filming it. Don't worry about it's too feminine, man. No.
Dude, if you get some people that really know how to stretch in it. You know what I mean? Because that's what they're doing in that martial art. You know what I mean? No matter whatever particular one, they stretch you out. And those people, if you notice, most of the people ain't walking around with hamstring issues that are in martial arts. Yeah. You know what I mean? They stretch all the time. They make sure they're well stretched. So when I think sometimes they just do a basic stretch or, you got these egos and like, I know what I'm doing. I got to figure it out. I'm feeling good today. And then you go ahead and start playing. and then all you get a blowout, and it's not cool.
You got to do
and now Shanahan's got to go in there and announce it with his hat down. Like, here we go again.
All the way down past his eyeballs. You got to have Jean-Claude Van Damme come on and put 2 chairs like he does and do a splits. Now, I'll have you guys doing I'll have you guys doing this in another year. That still freaks me out when he does.
Doing snap kicks to the sky.
Hey, his name is Nico Suave. Thanks, Ellis. Neko Suave. It's on Instagram. Because he left Twitter because people just got nasty. I really believe that. People just messing with him. Twitter, people on Twitter get nuts. They just be saying anything. I don't care who you are. You could be Joe Montana. They come after you. I said, man, people ain't got no respect.
The same thing. And some of them probably never played ball. They just opinionated. Little opinionated knuckleheads. I'm like, y'all, man. That's how I know they bumped their head somewhere, man. Yeah. Someone dropped them on the head when they're a baby. I don't know, man. They need to take a special pill. I don't know.
That's true. You don't know what they're talking about. Just be running off the mouth. I said, man, you can tell you don't know nothing about no football. What are you talking about? You let me go on and on. God. Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
But Jorge, it's so good to talk to you and Chloe again. Now I think it's 2 or 3 month periods. We got to close that gap. I got to see you more often.
No, we need to close the gap. So if you can send me, I think I emailed you. Send me if you have a link or the Zoom. I don't know why I've been having a problem with the technology or it not popping up on my phone or what the deal is. If I need to do it on an iPad or something, so we can do some video calls and we'll call in throughout the season. So. Okay, just check your email. Let me know what's up.
All right, I'm going to do that. Do I have your email already? Because is it you still using?
I sent another one today before I got this call.
Okay, so I'll find that immediately. Okay, cool. I will do. All right, fam. See you 2 later. Have a great day.
All right. We're always going to love you, but no one above you. Niners!
Oh, this is how I can get a hornet and blow it. It's just as sweet as sugar. Yes. Night, y'all.
Much love, Niner fam.
Back at you. There you go. Hard-headed and Chloe. Talking about my boy J-Dub. I love it. Yo, T.
Ronbo.
T. Sup? We're in here talking about it. You know how we do. We start off with a subject matter and we go all different directions. But Jimmy Ward being out is killing me. But I do like Womack. I had thought he might have been a dark horse favorite to win. I think what he did against the Packers, we shouldn't overreact to that, but that lets you know what he's made out of, so I'm loving that. And Deebo and Trey, they got together today. So.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. With the Womack situation, kind of what you said, I'm not going to overreact, but it was good to just see him get out there, see what he can do. And he played pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty impressed, regardless.
It took a lot of maturity to do what he did, wrestle that ball out of that receiver's hands, to have the wherewithal to do that. Rookies don't usually think that quickly for the first little while until they get used to the league, right? And not Womack was, my ball, boy. And he came around, Shanahan throws a flag because the ref got confused. Yes, the replay says the little dog did it. He's only 5'9".
I know, right?
Yeah, he's little.
Crazy.
That's why he's so coordinated.
What you think about our safety situation right now?
I hate it. You notice I just mentioned because Tavares Ward he's got to really step way up from where he was the other day. That wasn't even first stringers that he was dealing with. So Tavares is gonna have to hold ship down until J-Dub can back, because I assume that he's going to play the free safety. He's more capable than anybody else at the safety position to do that.
You know who we got to rely on, right, though?
Who?
Dante Johnson.
Hey, T, I quit picking on Dante, though. I don't know why I laughed. Let me take it back. I'm not laughing. Dante, well, he messed up. He did a Dante the other day. But he's been solid for the most part.
Yeah, he played pretty well last year.
So look for him. He might play free safety.
I'm not gonna freak out if he needs to play there.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to see.
T, that's what he came out of school. He's a safety. They tried to turn him into a corner, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's a safety.
Oh wow. Oh, that makes sense, huh?
Yeah.
Well, he might be cool then.
He's got decent speed actually too. So and he's long. He's we'll see what he does. Because we got Tavares, him, and man, I'm telling you, the guy we got from the Colts, Hufanga goes without saying. Odom, yeah. Those four, I'm not real comfortable, but I think we'll be okay.
I think we'll be fine. I am excited to see what Hufanga could do.
Yeah.
Let's start it out. Let's just see what he does.
You know, it's like actually D'Amico Ryans. People said, "Coach, are you concerned with the Hufanga at the safety spot? You know, he does with his speed issues." And Coach defended right away. No, you can be as fast as you want to. If you don't understand where you should be and you know how to make judgments and actually be able to diagnose a play, then you're no better than the next guy, no matter how fast he is. I'm like, hey, go ahead, D'Amico, tell that man. See, because reporters come in asking these goofy questions. Sometimes they don't even know what they're talking about. I love it when they get B-slapped by a coach. Richard Sherman, T. Richard Sherman has no speed. He's first ballot, most likely Hall of Fame.
Exactly. Man, before you go, one person I am excited for is what's his name? Sonny Gray, is that his name?
Danny, the wide receiver?
Danny Gray.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why I said
Speedster.
Danny, I am excited.
He's going to be special. I like him. I like him a lot.
I like him too.
Yeah. They said he was dropping the ball in practice. He wasn't dropping the ball the other day. And that catch he made going out of bounds, had he just had his foot a little inside, that would have been a dramatically good catch.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be all right. Yeah. And he should be able to open that offense up for us, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We need some speed.
Oh, God, yes. And we got two. Ray Ray's hot, too. Ray Ray doesn't have straight line speed, but he's got quickness. He's an ankle breaker. You see that dude he embarrassed in front of on national TV? Oh, God, Ray Ray, what did you do to that man? Somebody call the 911. It was vicious. The dude went down in a heap. I've not seen anybody do that in a long time. Oh, Butler.
That should be illegal.
In that Super Bowl, Taylor Gabriel busted him up. That was hilarious.
So crucial, though.
It is.
So crucial. Everybody forgets about it.
Man. So I can't wait to see that, man. You know, we'll see, because we got two speedsters. Somebody mentioned earlier that Jawan Jennings may be taking exception to all those extra bodies out there, and he may feel threatened. He's having a lot of catch issues in this preseason camp so far. You think he's bothered?
I don't know.
Because honestly,
I don't know. We just have to see.
Because the thing is, Deebo and Ayuk are going to play most of the game. Now, the third and fourth guys, I got George Kittle out there too. So I got three guys that I'm going to put in on certain plays. Is Jawan going to be involved? Because I already know Danny's going to be involved. And Ray Ray is most likely going to be involved as well. Where's Jawan going to fit in? Damn.
If Jawan doesn't step up, he might be the odd man out.
Oh, no. I want to say, Jawan, he worked so hard to get some reputation last year, T.
He did. He really did.
Yeah. Well, that's what
he did.
That's
what he got to step it up, though.
Yeah. NFL stands for not for long. You got to always they're always going to bring people in every year to take your job, and you got to meet that challenge and take exception to the fact that they even tried to bring somebody in to take your job. That's how you got to look at it. Don't let it happen. Dog eat dog.
Absolutely.
T, always a pleasure, fam. Hey, I'll be back Wednesday after to see what the write-ups is and with the Vikings and 49ers and this camp they're having. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right,
it's all good, man.
Appreciate you, T. All right. Have a great night.
You too, man.
And Roy Depler says KB over Juwan. Yeah. Who's KB? Hey, Shabazz.
Ronbo.
Shabazz, you know, it's so funny because KB, I mean, he used to be my dude. I just realized somebody said KB over Juwan. Roy Deppler. I forgot Kendrick Bourne. You know, it's so funny. I can't be like that. I went to war for Kendrick on Twitter and everywhere else. And now all of a sudden, Juwan Jennings and everybody else comes in. Shabazz, this is not good. Let me slap me. All right. Hey, Shabazz, come on in, fam.
Man, KB was that guy. You know, you and I both, when everybody wanted to get cut, they was screaming for him to get cut, and we was fighting for him.
I tell you, you too?
I got nothing but love for him.
There's a few of us, but man, people hated on KB. And KB was that dude that made that clutch catch all of a sudden out of nowhere, third down. We needed it so bad. Touchdown, Kendrick Bourne. I said, where's 40? 44. Hey, here he comes. You know we're going to the end zone. Boom! Oh, touchdown, Niners. KB doing the boogie woogie in the end zone. I love that stuff. He was fun.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Those were the good days. But, hey, we got brighter days ahead of us, Ronbo.
Yes, we do. We do. But, you know, we got Ward in the hospital. See what I did there? And that's not good.
Yeah.
He's been doing great.
No.
And I'm not happy with that.
You got to keep that hamstring out, man.
I don't know what happens, guys. And we're not living in Shabazz, we're not living in cold weather conditions or something. I don't know what those guys are doing that they're not warming up properly. And I do know from playing ball, we had guys, all right, guys, get loose, coach. Guys, get loose. And guys would get loose by dropping knee. You got your foot, knee, and one leg out, and you're talking. You're not stretching. You're talking to the dude next to you. You're not focusing on the stretch. We was the biggest BSers in the world.
Yeah, you got. You got to stretch, and the older you get, you got to stretch.
Damn right.
So he's not so young.
Especially
the older
professional
you get,
level
the more
anyway.
You got to stretch and stay hydrated. And you know what else? You got to make sure you got the right electrolytes in your body.
Damn right.
Potassium, magnesium.
You know?
You got to have all that stuff in you, Ronbo.
I know.
Not just sugar.
In fact, sugar is what you want to avoid. The electrolytes and stuff like that are not all derivatives of sugar. So, you know, these guys know this. At their level, we have nutritionists on staff. They should know what their diet should look like. They should know what's necessary. If people are out there BSing on some of the things they're told out there, then shame on them. There's no way we got that many guys that pull muscles. We got all these hamstrings now all of a sudden. Hang. This ain't Minnesota.
Yeah, man. I think everybody going to be all right, though. I think they're going to be all right because we got more than enough time before the regular season.
Well,
they'll get therapy, get IVs. You know, I mean, medicine has improved, too, from 20, 30 years ago as well.
A lot. So. I mean, that's like you mentioned those electrolyte drinks. They got all kind of good stuff now that actually is effective. Not some of the Gatorade was like the beginning, but Gatorade was something they used on one of the moon exhibitions, and I'm not sure how good that was back then, but it tastes good. But there's been some advances in those drinks that really are special.
Yeah, so. and what a lot of people don't know, the one mineral that you want in you besides potassium, magnesium, if any of y'all can get it, is Himalayan sea salt. Now, that's the best salt for the heart. That's the best salt to help keep you hydrated. It stays in you. It's not the cheap table salt that you used to use at grandma's house, Ronbo. Not that. I don't eat that salt that grandma. Yeah, no, that's that grandma. That's that high blood pressure salt. You actually want that pink Himalayan sea salt. And that's
I've
really
seen
good.
Is that what that is? I've seen that salt. So I wonder what that was. It's pink. So sea salt is overrated.
You get that, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the pink. Get the Himalayan. Get the pink Himalayan sea salt. So when you want to put a little flavor on your food, you know, you don't want to go too crazy, but you know, you want to spice it up a little bit. But we're gonna be all right, Ronbo. I'm just checking in. Yeah. I didn't think you was gonna get me on that fast. I'm still at the gym finishing up.
You working out? All right. So, you know, we're just moving right along here tonight because Wednesday we'll be back Wednesday after the guys get through working out, see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, I was right. Oh, GB Bull got tagged. It was Tang. That's true. Tang was developed on an exhibition out of Nassau, and Florida Gators developed Gatorade. Okay.
Gatorade. Yep. And it was the Florida Gators. Yep.
And Michael Jordan made it famous. Remember all the drinks? Because Gatorade had all those colors.
He made everything famous.
I know anything he did. The shoes, God, Jordans are still selling at a ridiculous rate. They become a classic now.
Yeah.
The dudes want to be seen in. Amazing.
Yeah.
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 But
It all started in the 80s.
Hey, and you notice that I thought there was going to be a competition with Darqueze and Sammy. And no, Womack looks like he's going to be the guy.
I told you Womack was the guy, Ronbo. I told you that. Womack's the guy. Just like everybody, I was hearing everybody cry earlier. Listen, Sherman ain't going nowhere. TDP ain't going nowhere. So y'all better get ready for it. We're going to have 2 power backs. Y'all better get ready for it. He ain't going
Stay
nowhere.
ready, man. Tell you. All right, fam, you want to get back to your workout? We'll go ahead and let you go, and be looking for you Wednesday then.
All right, I'm going to check you in Wednesday, Ronbo. Shout out to
man.
you. Shout out to production. Shout out to my guy, Leon. I don't know if you're listening. Shout out to the people in Memphis that I get down with. As always, bang, bang, not a gang.
Shabazz, have a great workout, fam. Talk to you shortly. Always got to appreciate Shabazz getting in here. Hey, Frank. Frank's in the middle of a pig-eared fish sandwich.
Ronbo.
In fact, by the way, I do
Ronbo?
suggest, since you're a man who has exquisite country food taste, make sure you make yourself a pig-eared sandwich and put it on some yellow cornmeal cornbread. Don't get the white. Get yellow cornmeal and put plenty of hot sauce on it. Frank, I know with your taste buds that remind me of mine, you will find yourself in seventh heaven suddenly.
I'm gonna try that out, Ronbo. I'm gonna try it out. I'll let you know when I do it.
Look forward to it. Frank, we got Jimmie
What's going
Ward.
on, Ronbo?
That's why I'm having fun here, because Jimmie Ward's got me worried. I don't want to start the year without Jimmie Ward, Emmanuel Mosley, and Javarius Ward. But Frank, what did he do? Please, we got to stop
man.
this.
The main look, some of the stars on defense, man. Man. And Mitchell, all of them got the same thing in common. Hamstring. Yeah,
It always does that. When one guy gets it, everybody gets it. Like a cold. It's contagious.
Why it always got to happen with us, Ron? Well, I think they're gonna be all right though. I think they'll be good, man. Hey, next man up, man. That's hey. Somebody got to hold the fort down, man. So T Moore, man. Hopefully he can. I know the last preseason game he looked a little shaky, but he ain't playing in a while. So I guess when he get back in the game speed, back in game rhythm, we'll be all right. We got a lot of depth on this team, man. So I'm just eager to see how the offense gonna look when everybody on the field together. So that's what I'm really anxious to see.
And you
I
mentioned
know
depth.
Cal got a lot of tricks on this thing.
Hey, always. But and you mentioned depth. See, that's why I didn't know they was going to wipe out the starters and the depth, Because I look up and I see that Javarius and Emmanuel Mosley, that's the starters. Okay, I'm looking at my replacement. I'm going to put Ambry Thomas on one side. And it looks like Tavares is going to be playing safety, I guess.
Yeah,
over
he's
the
playing
top.
safety.
Your
Oh,
strong
Emmanuel
safety, no
Father.
problem. I got
I'll be
Hufanga.
back there.
And also you got Odom. I like him. And then you got
From the
who's
Colts.
Yeah, the Colts, who's never missed a tackle. How many guys got that on their resume? Ain't never missed a tackle. What?
Yeah, I hope he. That was then. Now we got to see can he do that with us, Ron?
That's what he does, Frank. He's got to continue to do that. If he stops doing it now, oh no, that'll.
Well, you got to update your resume now. That was with the coach, man. So you with us now, so you got to update your resume. So what I'm saying. Hopefully, keep it going.
But Frank, you know what? I don't know. They don't talk about every cornerback we've got. Now I wonder, is there somebody in camp that could? Because Demo, I don't know that I'd be having Demo play on the edge. If he's going to play anywhere, I'd have him backing up the. I don't want him going to. But if you're going to cover the slot, you need to be very cerebral about the game. There's got to be some things you got to be able to anticipate. You got to be able to make reads quick. You've got to be able to know what spot you should be in. That's why when we lost K'Wan Williams, we people don't understand how serious his job was and how good and what he did. He did it so well. So we'll be looking for a K'Wan for a while.
You think what? I mean, you think Walmart? You think Walmart?
Not right
to
away.
take that role?
He's going to have to go through some lumps and bruises, but you can tell he's made out of the right stuff, though. He's aggressive. He's a dog. He'll learn. You can see he can learn.
Yeah, I like when that's saying from him. But like you said, it's one preseason game. Just gotta see. We'll see. We play Saturday. When we play the 20th, so Saturday.
Oh, this
play
weekend.
Minnesota.
Yeah, Vikings.
We're
gonna find out about that this week, Frank. I don't know how much they're gonna let the media watch, but yeah.
We'll see. Need more. They just need more reps, man. So
excellent.
I think we're in a good position, man. We just gotta stay healthy, man. So good thing I think Moore and Mosley, they should be good for week 1.
Yeah, Tobias is not hurt.
He was only out for 3 weeks.
Yeah, and Mosley,
they should be good for week 1. They should be good. Week 1 should be good. Hopefully, Jimmie Ward should be good. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, he should be good.
Already talking
if
about
not, he come back to Seattle game. We keep him out, let him miss one game. He come back to Seattle game.
Oh man,
if not, so. Yeah, I don't know, but Trey looking pretty good. And,
today he had a day.
Him and Deebo got level for 14. They said Deebo made a spectacular. Yeah, one-handed catch. They say throw it behind him though, but he made the catch.
That's all right. He made the catch. It should have been 12 for 14, but Juwan had one hit him.
He was missing dropping a lot of passes, but then he balled out with a season game.
Yeah.
So I think Juan gonna be good. I think Juan gonna be good, man. I think Juan gonna make the team.
Okay,
Juan gonna be.
Frank, let me ask you right there though. Now look at here's the lineup I'm looking at right now. Of course you got Deebo and
Gray.
Okay, you got Danny Gray. That's 3. Who's your 4th guy? You Ray.
So you want to put Ray?
Ray's probably make the team. That's 4. You got 2 spots left.
You got Juan. You got to put Juan right there. I'm gonna tell you, Juan definitely gonna make this bet. Yeah,
6
Juan
guys.
definitely gonna make this bet.
As a matter of fact, what about Malik? What about Willie Snead? Did we bring him over just to cut him?
Oh yeah. I forgot about Willie Snead. Yeah, Willie Snead. Yeah, I forgot.
See, Willie doesn't appreciate that. You know that, don't you?
But he ain't.
Willie's out there
I
for.
don't know.
He's that veteran presence.
I think Juan still gonna make it. Yeah, I think Juan still gonna make the team. Juan
I hope so.
Gonna make the team.
Because I like him a lot from last year.
I like him a lot too. I like him too. I think he's gonna make the team. I don't think they're gonna cut him.
Because you need that tough guy to make that catch. He is Kendrick Bourne with a little added muscle. Because the thing is, Kendrick would make that play out of nowhere. Wow, Kendrick! That ball was thrown through a window that looked like it was 6 inches wide, and Bourne was on the other side, had the skill, ability to actually focus and hold on to that. I said, Kendrick Bourne. Then people come after him. Of course, that's, man, don't talk about Kendrick Bourne. You must be getting ready to fight because I'm ready now. I'd be on Twitter going back and forth with people all the time.
You're in the red zone. Look for 84.
Wait. Christopher Byers says Jimmie Ward is out till October. Christopher Byers, are you a 49er fan? That's got to be a Rams fan.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. They would have.
Fab, investigate that dude. There's no way that's true.
I'm gonna look it up, Ron. That would have been on my Bleacher Report. I got already alert. So saying for 44-hour mob, everything come. Because that would have came on my phone. Was that saying Jimmie Ward was out in October? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be out there long. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be good, man. We're gonna be all right. We just gotta stay healthy, man. So I'm glad we're getting all the little nicks and bruises out the way now. So hopefully when the season starts, we can be good, man.
Well, Frank, we're gonna have to go. I'll be back Wednesday looking for you though. And
okay, yeah, but I'll be on Wednesday, man. What was that ingredient you said? You said yellow cornmeal. What did you say?
Yellow cornmeal. Yeah, because white cornmeal doesn't have enough sweetness to it. Yeah, yellow cornmeal. And if you can't use molasses, don't sweeten it with white sugar. Molasses or honey. Good God, I'm making myself crazy here.
Hey, I'm gonna make that this weekend, Ron.
Make sure those pig ears are cooked for simmering for a long time so they stay tender. And then they just lay. Oh my God, that's good. Now that's country kitchen like. Ooh, black-eyed peas. Oh my goodness, little ham. Frank, don't get me started. I'll see you.
Hey, I got you, Rob. I'm gonna make it this weekend, Rob. I'm gonna let you know how it was. Right. Have a good one, Rob.
You too, Frank. I'll be back, fam. All right, Frank. And Mr. Black Eye says, I think Hufanga will be good for us. Jennings will be fine. Second half of the season. He did well last year. O-line, running back, special teams to see next game. You know, and Mr. Black Eye, our team is definitely, we got plenty of talent. You just don't want too many of them going down. The devastation going on with the secondary right now, it's too much. I didn't see that one coming. I saw one guy, two guys missing, but not four. And okay, we'll see what happens. Hey, Levi.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? What's going on?
Levi, remember that? Well, Jimmy Ward hurt my feelings today, and he's gonna have. Kyle went on ahead and said he may miss week 1 of the season, but the good news is Womack did a good job, and he's gonna stay. He's gonna have to get some more seasoning, but he shows like he's got promise. And Trey Lance and Deebo Samuel got together today and had a good day. Really, when you think about it, most of the news of the day is good, except this is not with Ward. Levi, how you feeling? What are you thinking?
Well, I guess the only thing I can say if I take a thing is that he just said week 1. So that's 1 week. Meaning that right now he probably would make week 2. Just because I don't hear no season-ending injury, Ronbo, I'm okay because that's the only thing. I know we won't have people get hurt.
Yeah.
I just cross my fingers. No season-ending injuries, no long-term 5 to 6, 7, 8 week injuries.
Well, Christopher Byers says that he loves the Niners. That's his team. But somebody, Chris, you did give me a link.
Players.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, as long as I don't see a long-term injury, Ronbo, I'm usually okay. Or
things like that,
or they get hurt,
or that concussion that lasts for 6 weeks. We've had concussions. Who was that had a concussion? Fred went down with a concussion year before last, and it took him longer to come back than I wanted it to. You know.
Yeah, it's those super long injuries. If he just missed week 1. He could probably get by week 1 without Jimmie Ward.
Levi, what are you trying to say? You trying to say? Are you trying to say that Chicago is not a worthy opponent? Michael's going to be in here on you. You know that, don't you?
Well, I don't care about other fans getting mad. Ain't like I went to call their channel and then say, "Hey, man, we ain't worried about y'all."
Way out of line. Absolutely.
Rambo, do you keep I'm glad you said that. Do you people keep like a track? Maybe you got like a hidden tracker. Maybe you got like a hidden thing. Then I wonder if I'm gonna have all 32 teams eventually call into this channel to voice their concerns. I know you got Cowboys. I think you had Rams. You said Seahawks fans used to come in here and call in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many teams. I know you got an Atlanta fan. He calls regularly.
Yeah, but
Chicago,
Tony likes to just talk football, and he enjoys hanging around with us. Tony likes to just talk football. The Rams fans have now gone down as the most calling team that we get. The last couple of years, Rudy started this a while back, and he called in after every game. Unfortunately, though, for the last few, last time Rudy called in was before Kyle Shanahan came and brought in. JG didn't lose to him but once the entire time since they got together. So Rudy called in every time, and he was mad. He manned up. He came in. All right, congratulations, 49er fans. You guys probably won't win another game for the rest of the season. That's my favorite all time. Rudy was mad as hell. And
I mean, everybody get mad when they lose.
So but they finally got us when it counted.
Yeah, because recently I decided to look at all the fan reactions when they lost the game, like the Cowboys, the Packer fans, and then I even looked at when we lost. And you can guess what fans was the most delusional about their loss.
Cowboys.
You take a guess.
Yeah, Cowboys.
Yeah, it was the Cowboys fan. They blaming the referee. The referee screwed us.
They've been doing that. Levi, they've been doing that for years. And you know what?
At least the other fans kind of blamed their team. I think the Packers and the 49ers, they were on average. Most of them, actually some 49ers, they accepted the loss.
Levi,
Packers,
do you have?
they were worried about losing Aaron Rodgers.
But you got relatives in the South. See, the Cowboys, as soon as they hung the moniker on them, Dallas Cowboys are America's team. Say what?
But Ronbo, you know the worst part, Ronbo, about what some of the Cowboys did? One fan even knew the rules and he still blamed the referee. He was like, yeah, there's a rule. The referee actually has to touch a ball, which kind of makes all the other compilation of people who were saying, oh, the referee ran. Then he said, oh, yeah, because the referee tried to run him over.
Yeah. They came up with all kinds of stories.
All of them said, the referee, he's trying to run over Dad.
That's why Stephen A. Smith says he doesn't hate the Cowboy team. He hates the fans. He kills me.
I'm going to tell you the funniest thing about that compilation with the Cowboys. It was this little girl. And, they were talking about the parents were crying. And then the girl came in. She walked in and said, what's wrong? Are the Cowboys losing? It was so hilarious.
Wait. I've got to see this. Where'd you find this? I gotta post that up.
It was on YouTube. Just look at Cowboys divisional loss compilation or something.
And the child walks in, sees her parents crying, and she starts crying and says, and she's figured it out really quickly. What's the matter? Did the Cowboys lose?
She said the Cowboys losing. So I'm guessing that the parents must be calm and great all the time until the Cowboys play. And then they start busting out, crying and fussing. It was just so funny the way she just came. Now, I didn't watch it. I was just listening because I was working. And I was just listening to it. But it probably would have been even more hilarious to see the little girl. She just came in, what's wrong? The Cowboys losing.
That's awesome. That's worth keeping.
But the ultimate thing I realized is all fans take it bad.
Oh, yeah. But, Raiders.
They had you in there, Ronbo.
Yeah.
I know I do go through. When you were mad too.
I do. I definitely get mad. And the Raiders. You guys, back in my days when I was really hardcore against the Raiders. Oh, I had emotional ups and downs that you wouldn't believe because I got too many members of my family like the Raiders. And also I got relatives in the South, and everybody in the South likes the Cowboys, right? So, I can't even, when they come to visit, don't start. And what you walking in with that, don't walk in here with that stuff on. Cowboy hat and everything. I was like, oh, no, he didn't. So,
Well, my wife is a low-tier Cowboy fan. But she's a no-faith Cowboy fan.
It's.
I think she lost all her faith in the Cowboys in the 90s.
See, this is why I think I fell in love with the 49ers as a kid.
Sometimes I'd be teasing and be like, oh, man, look, the Cowboys are winning games. Maybe I might do something this year. And she said, man, I ain't.
So she knows. Levi, we got to go.
Yeah, so
Let me see Wednesday. We're going to see what they write up on the joint workout they've got going on in Minnesota and see what's going on there.
Let's just hope that nobody else get hurt. At least no starters.
That's what Tony said, Just can't have it. Anyway, all right, Levi, always a pleasure. Talk to you later.
All right. Later.
Right, and there's Tony now while we're talking about the Cowboys. He loves the Cowboys too. Tony!
Ronbo, good evening.
It's a good evening, Tony.
17 penalties.
Mike McCarthy walks in. Yeah, I don't understand why that's being blown a bit out of proportion. It is. We're practicing. It is what. Hey, Mike. You know what? That's a lack of discipline. You're in charge out there, or maybe not. That'd be so good if somebody shouted that at him. They got the wrong coach.
And any defensive penalties, my former head coach in Atlanta, Dan Quinn.
I was getting ready to tell you. Listen, they got Dan Quinn. Who's the other coach?
I don't know who. Offensive coordinator is what's that guy's name? Played quarterback at Boise State. Not his name.
You know what? The thing is, somebody said both of them are capable. And, of course, who's sitting by his phone or else just keeping his phone. Even when he's asleep, he leaves a ringer on, is the man from Nowlands. He's just that Peyton is what – Sean knows they're going to call him. And I tell you what, I don't know if Sean will be interested in coming in midway through the season, but with the Cowboys, they've lost a lot of people. If the Cowboys go, let's say they go 2-10, somebody's gonna get a phone call.
Man. I'm like Stephen A. Smith. The only reason why I don't like the Cowboys is because of their fans. And I told you a while ago, about a year ago, they 2 of their chats kicked me out. I was just exploring.
They're sensitive.
See, Kellen Moore, that's his name, Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore was a player. He was a pretty good player too.
He was.
Yeah. See, Shout Chat, we welcome everybody. Hey, Seahawks, how you doing? You know, I like to see our people. They every now and then they complain. They used to complain more. They stopped complaining. I said, listen, guys, you know what? That's other fans are what you want to be able to deal with. Because why? Even though we're down and out, we were down and out when we first started doing this. I said, when the tide starts to turn, see, you'll still be able to have those fans. You just write down where they are. You know, you got their YouTube address and everything. And later on, you can go pay them a visit. That's the fun part of all this fandom, man.
Hey, the Seahawks made a trade this evening.
Yeah. Who's that?
They gave up that safety. I can't think of that guy's name. But they got this former wide receiver from Philly, Rager.
Yeah, I read that. I forgot the names that you mentioned, but I saw that they did make a deal. I wonder why they picked him up.
Jalen Rager for a defensive back from Seattle, but I don't know what Rager's going to do with Seattle. I don't know.
If he has to be maybe he's not that good, the defensive back that the Hawks gave up. Are the Hawks blessed in the secondary?
Let's see. Seattle. I think they're young. I know they're young in the secondary. They have secondary. Artie Burns, he used to be with the Steelers. They got rid of him. Mm-hmm. Oh, they drafted Kobe Bryant out of the University of Cincinnati in the 4th round.
I watched part of the preseason game. I didn't have time to watch it all. But I did see the defense. You know, one thing we got to admit, and I hate to do it, but I have to, Pete Carroll, he works on that team. He gets them to play, I think, above their head sometimes. And every time they play the 49ers, they seem to play their best football, especially on defense. Now, people will say, well, that's because we got Jimmie Garoppolo. You know what? That theory, I want to see that get tested this year. The Seahawks always play the 49ers tough. It's like one of those conference things, you know?
Mm-hmm. It was something I saw earlier this evening. I saw the Seahawks. Remember I was telling you about that the first-round pick, Charles Cross, the left tackle out of Mississippi State? He's a dog, which I told you about.
Yep.
The right tackle that they drafted in the 4th round, Abraham Lucas, Ronbo, I saw this tape of him on YouTube today. He was pancaking people and destroying people. I didn't know he was that good out of Washington State.
See, and that we're talking. See that if you, with me SEC, I just don't. If you're not SEC, I got to find a rhyme for that. If you're not SEC, I'm not the man to see. He's got to get 2 different words. I've become so biased about Big Ten and every other conference. I can't really. He came out of Washington. If I was my scouts, I'd say, listen, we'll cut the country in half, guys. We're going to save on travel costs and things like that. I want you guys below the Mason-Dixon line the entire time you're out here. Now, maybe you might want to venture up a little bit, depending on what position you like. Go to Boston College or you go to Notre Dame. But listen, stay the hell up out of Northern America. Correct me on this, Tony. Yep. What's the best player that came out of the North in these last 4 or 5 years? Now, Nick Bosa out of Ohio State and some people like that. These are individual cases, but go ahead.
I would have to dig to find that. The best player, Ezekiel Elliott, maybe.
What
That's
school?
just one case.
Zeke's out of
Ohio State.
Zeke's out of Oregon. No, he's out of Ohio. See, you know what?
Oh, you said Pacific Northwest.
You know what? I'm thinking just Big Ten. Pac-12. You know what?
Because Ronbo, that Abraham Lucas, the right tackle, that 4th round pick.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about tape of him in college. I was talking about tape of their preseason game. He was pancaking people. The game they played. He was knocking Pittsburgh Steelers on their butt.
That's dedication. He wants to make the team.
Oh,
like
my
that.
goodness. Oh, my goodness. I mean, on the run plays, he would chip somebody and then go and knock the linebacker down. He would turn the guy in and then go knock. This Abraham Lucas got a nasty streak.
You know, and that's the thing, Tony. As a scout, you have got now. I tell my people I don't want you above the Mason-Dixon line, but you do need to go to Ohio State. You need to go to Nebraska. Some schools, the tradition for football is just really solid, but I don't. You know, don't. I want make sure I've got 4 or 5 guys parked in both Alabama, Florida, Georgia. I just got, and the tide has turned. Once the West was the power, SC, UCLA. We had the best football players in the world, right? And then all of a sudden that changed.
Yep, I remember when UCLA, USC used to be one of the biggest rivalries in college.
And even Stanford was involved a lot. And Cal Berkeley's never been really a powerhouse school because you don't go to Berkeley to go play football. But, San Diego State even had good ball players. San Jose State was better than Cal.
Stanford produced a lot of good offensive linemen, too. At least they used to.
Yeah. So, so if you're a quarterback now, what school do you want to go to? You want to go work with Nick Saban if you can, right? I mean, things have just gotten to the point now where as a kid comes out of school, he knows exactly where he's going to apply, and coaches are going to notice him, and they're going to make sure he gets in. Because for all we know, Mac Jones was an idiot at school, but they could pull strings and get you in. Because academically, you're not qualified to get into the school, but you could quarterback. You're welcome to come right on in. Never goes to class or anything else.
I feel like Trey Lance. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be a beast too at Jacksonville. I really do.
Yeah, Trey, North Dakota, they said he was scouted out by other I forgot the reasoning. Trey really wasn't supposed to be at North Dakota. There was other schools, I believe, that went after him, but I don't know what went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
North Dakota's not a terrible school or anything, but I mean, the thing is, there were upper echelon divisions that he could have been brought in. Well, Trey says, I still got picked up in the first round, no big deal. But, you just wonder how players like Trey at least didn't get to places like Ohio State where you got Justin Fields going. It's just always interesting to see where certain players go. Jerry Rice went to a school that had no business producing the kind of star he is. And there he is.
Bill Walsh, I discovered him on the whim watching TV before a game against the Houston Oilers.
And there was another team that was going after him too. I don't know. I forgot the story. How Walsh was it Cowboys? It was Cowboys. Yeah.
And San Francisco traded above them to get him.
Can you imagine how history would have been shifted? Maybe we get Michael Irvin in San Francisco. I said, "Ooh, that's God."
Going further back, Tom Landry was my Ronbo. Even though he's a Cowboy, he's my favorite coach when I was a little kid. Tom Landry, last guy. The Dallas Cowboys had the fourth pick in the draft, second pick in the draft, something like that. Because Steve Bartkowski went first by Falcons. They had the second or third pick, and the Bears had the fourth pick. The Dallas Cowboys, the coaching staff, the defense, they wanted Randy White, and Tom Landry wanted Walter Payton.
Randy White. But but Tony, here's the thing. One more thing, because we got to go, but this is the thing. If indeed Rice goes to Dallas, he doesn't hook up with – this is the thing where there may be some superstars that were never discovered. If Joe Montana and Jerry Rice don't meet, maybe the miracles that took place don't take place. It's amazing how just the wrong move in your life can determine your legacy or lack thereof. This is something I could go on all night, Tony, because it's really, wow. Man.
Yeah, because Eddie Brown of the Cincinnati Bengals was the first receiver taken, and then 3 years later, Rice ended up playing against him. Eddie Brown out of Miami. Eddie Brown was like a footnote.
Amazing stuff. So I tell you what, I'll look for you Wednesday, like I always do, and each and every time we get on here. All right.
But that Abraham Lucas, what I saw, I said, "Oh my God, this dude's a monster." I didn't know he was that good.
Seahawks. See?
Yep.
Okay. I saw a guy get flagged. What I did watch, the guy was aggressive like some kind of an animal. So, I'm not taking the Seahawks for a lot of people think, well, we'll let them win that game. Well, you just better wait till you play it. All right, Tony.
Yes, sir. All right, good night. We play next Monday night against the Jets.
All right. Have a great night, Tony. Good luck on that game.
All right, you too.
Thanks, Tony. Yes. But we're going to be fine. I just didn't want to see any more injuries, and I don't want to see any more injuries between now and game day. It's just annoying as hell. We're not the only ones, though. I think there's other teams that are having issues. So, fam, anyway, thanks for the contribution tonight, fam. Always appreciate it. Hey, please subscribe before you go, so I can find you next time I get ready to do this. I want to invite you in so we can have some fun with football. And hit the like. Have a great night, fam. I'll see you after the joint workout number 1, because the guys are traveling tomorrow, so we get together then. Meantime,